Evening, friends. How's everybody doing? Alright. So despite the picture from earlier, I'm wearing neither mask nor hat tonight. Mask because I like breathing and drinking and talking, and hat because I'm wearing headphones. I did think about it, but just unfortunately not feasible in the least. Anyway, I seem to have people jumping in and out and refreshing and stuff. At least that's what YouTube's telling me. So I'll wait a minute for everyone's connection to stabilize or whatever's going on, and then we'll get back into things. So last time we left off doing some crazy shenanigans and killing a town again. Thankfully, that was only a dream of a strange masked reality, a masquerade, if you will. Actually, it's given me some thoughts on this. Probably going to be talking some more about this tonight as well. Kind of talking through some things, trying to sort through my thoughts on the matter, because I think there's a lot of symbolic connection with. Hey Kevin. I think there's a lot of symbolic connection between the mask wearing and the context we were talking about last week with the whole social separation and anonymity and that kind of thing, and particularly social separation caused by anonymity and facilitated by anonymity. The kind of thing that you find very most readily in urban sort of urban cultures. There's a lot of parallelism with the masquerade, which I really do think that a masquerade is, well, first of all, it's a kind of inversion festival, and that's a very apt descriptor of what we otherwise would call clown world, this kind of nonsensical life that we're currently living. So I think there's a lot of connections there. I see connections in all sorts of mask-related media. So I'm probably going to eventually work on a video on that. And if I can make it work and all that, if I can make the logistics of it work, and if my wonderful wife and editor is willing to put in the time and able to put in the time, what with the extra child, we will. I might format it in more of a typical, more traditional video essay kind of format. So me talking with assembled clips and examples and that sort of thing. A little bit more like my One Marvelous Scene video, if you've seen that one. You almost certainly have. It is by far my most viewed video on the channel by several thousand. So, by actually quite a few thousand. If you haven't seen it, by some miracle, check it out. It is a good one. It's well put together. Most of the editing credit, of course, as usual, goes to Mrs. McCoy, not to me. I mostly was conceptual stuff and the actual talking. In any case, though, something maybe a little more like that. I might put something together in terms of that kind of a video essay format. Like the various video essays that are all over YouTube, talking about mask wearing and the masquerade and its relationship to clown world, both the cause and effect relationship. Because I think it's both. I really do think it's both. I think that we're more willing to wear masks in this world because we've accepted a kind of anonymity between ourselves. But then also at the same time, not only are we more willing to accept anonymity in the form of a mask, but that the kind of anonymity and social isolation that a mask provides is the kind of thing which is conducive to that kind of strange way the world works. Yeah, let's go rob a bank with Bill. We were about to do that last time, but kind of ran a little bit out of time. Oops. Speaking of wearing the masks and masquerades, yeah, Phantom of the Opera is one example of it. Right? So why does the Phantom wear a mask? As Kylie pointed out, why does the Phantom wear a mask? It's not just because of the deformity, right? I mean, that's a part of it. It's that he has something to hide, but it's not just something physical to hide, right? It's not just that he has an ugly half of his face. It's that he has something psychological to hide as well. And because of that has nefarious purposes, not because of that, it's because also he has nefarious purposes and all of that together. Kylie says I missed you guys too. Had to take time off social media for a little bit. Wasn't able to log on last time. Totally understandable. I should also do something like that, honestly.
You might be interested in.
Not gonna like the sound of this.
Been cooking since Horseshoe, but you went and kicked up all that commotion in Valentine. Now, we was preparing to rob the bank there until you got involved in all that nonsense, and I don't know, I just feel like it's unfinished business.
That wasn't my fault. It was just one of them things.
How come every time I get in trouble, I'm called a fool and an idiot? But when you get in trouble, oh, it's just one of them things.
It's
well,
a good
maybe
point,
you are
Arthur.
a fool and an idiot,
Very
to
good
be fair.
point.
All right, well, what do y'all want me to do?
Hit the goddamn bank with us.
You really think it's worth going back there?
4 of us can hit the bank easy, but I ain't gonna lie to you. There will be law if we linger.
And if we're serious?
No, just local boys being rounded up and pressed into action.
Meaning?
If we go in quick and quiet, we can hit it just fine. If there's 4 of us, I mean.
Y'all think it's worth the risk?
It's a bank, Arthur.
So? Is the take good?
According to the fella I met, yes. It's the end of the stock sales. Plenty of money and plenty of people milling about.
Okay, I suppose. It's worth taking a look at least.
I
forgot how put together she still looked at this point of the game.
Give me a minute, gentlemen.
Okay.
Later on, she
Bill,
becomes a hell of a
this
mess.
better be good.
It is good. We put a lot of research into this one.
I hope so.
Mr. Morgan.
Herr Strauss?
That man, the debtor, Thomas Downs, apparently he's dead.
Dead? Huh. Well, no, he didn't seem very well.
His wife. I believe he has a wife and child. She will assume the debt, of course.
Of course.
When you can, head up there and collect. We lent them a lot of money.
Okay.
Gentlemen, let's go rob ourselves a bank.
What's the plan then?
Oh, well, we're gonna send Karen on in ahead as a distraction. Then we're just gonna rush on in afterwards. Just a small bank in a little town. Nothing that big in way of security. We just need to bring you along as a insurance policy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, follow me.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. I don't have a lot of rounds. Oh, yeah, no, I filled it up. Okay, we're good. Oh, no, okay, yeah, it's fine. Actually, yeah, no, I do want to switch to the Grizzly's Outlaw. There, that's good. Kylie says, I was thinking since there are several recreations and versions of his mask from different media, movie, on TV, stage, what could we have way of showing the different kinds of
Once the shooting starts.
psychological effects of the
Well,
Phantom?
that's reassuring.
Like I said,
Huh. I'm not
we'll
familiar
see
enough
how it
with the
looks.
different renditions.
If we can get in all right,
I've only seen the
we'll
movie
send
and a
Miss
London
Jones
stage
ahead to the
production.
bank.
I've only seen it on
They
stage
won't
once
recognize
when I
it.
saw the movie
I'll
years
show
ago.
you boys how it's done.
What are you
High school,
thinking
maybe.
this time?
I don't know. Fellas always like the
Yeah, high
lost
school.
little girl, but nobody plays a drunken harlot quite like me. It should work.
Once she's got them distracted, we'll move in.
When I was scouting the place the other day, there was only a couple of guards.
We deal with them and any customers who are feeling brave. And you always fancy yourself as the Vault Man, right, Arthur?
Now I see why you brought me.
Hey, I'm more than willing.
Nah, best I do it.
Oh, and did Dutch tell you I've also been cooking up some deals with them Gray Boys?
What? No. What kind of deals?
Uh-oh, here we go.
See, you don't realize, Morgan. I'm out there putting in the work same as you. I've been drinking with them a couple times now. Seems they're looking for some extra security.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Could be something in it for us.
Well, just be smart about it. We got a lot of irons in that fire right now.
Yes, I know, Morgan.
Can't believe you got me going back to Valentine.
I mean, I was just there.
Don't
but
tell me
I
it
kinda
ain't
changed
hurt
the
you
timeline.
leaving that bank behind.
Not really.
Work a town and not hit the bank? That's downright pathetic.
Okay, so in the Charles
I
Dance
guess
version,
we
they
went
never
a bit
show the
beyond
deformity, so the
working.
psych issues really
We
aren't
shot the
revealed.
place to hell.
I don't know if it's that they aren't revealed. It's that
Not
they
me.
is that the
I
mask
played it cool
is
up there.
the mask probably is the character in that version. I'm not sure how that makes a difference, because taking off the mask and revealing what's underneath is its own psychological development. You know, that's its own character moment.
I don't know what to tell you.
And not doing it in the film is
that dynamite again. One mistake, and I'll never
that's
live it down.
that's actually interesting to
What
think
do you
about.
need?
Not taking off the mask, not revealing
Just know
what's underneath, not revealing
got
its
the lead on this one.
insecurities,
We'll
its
see
psychological
about
insecurities.
that. Once things get going.
It's probably more like, God, I don't know.
So,
That's
thinking
actually a
this
really good
through.
question. That's a good thought.
We rob Cornwall's train. We shoot a heap of his men in Valentine.
I feel like I said, maybe
This
in
is
that
just
version the
dawning
mask
on you
is
now.
the character,
And now,
right?
we're
That's
going
all
back
there is to the
one
character, and
place
underneath
he
is
knew
just
where
sort of
to find us.
ambiguous,
That's the
mysterious,
genius of it.
that kind of thing, rather
Folk
than
never
it being
look at what's
its
right
own,
under their nose.
I
rather
ain't
than
sure
it
that's
being
always true.
its own part
What's
of the character,
happened to
like
you?
it's the
You're getting real nervy
more
in your
traditional
old
stage
age.
performances. You know.
The last few weeks happened.
Forget about Cornwall. He can't have many men left at this point. Got a bit hairy in that barn.
So
but
Kylie
we
says
all
in the
walked
movie
away
and on
fine
stage, his
from
deformity
that.
is always revealed at the
Didn't
end.
walk away
Also,
with much.
also the
If
reveal of
four
his true
us could
insanity.
deal with them in Valentine,
But only his
and four of
has a
us could
half
deal with
deformed
them
face,
after
which
the
shows there could be a
coach
rational
robbery,
side.
I
In the
ain't
original
too
movie in the
worried.
books, his whole face is deformed
If you say
and
so.
covered, and he was portrayed as a fully insane monster, showing how he has no chance of sanity. Yeah, that's
Quick, once we're in Valentine, I'm sure they ain't forgotten us.
Of course.
and that is the version
Judge
of
is
the
gonna
movie.
love
I've
this.
seen the older.
Let's
older
get
movie.
it done first.
The stage performance, I do remember it being the half,
you and
because
Lenny
that's
are
the
along for this,
iconic
Karen.
look, and
Someone's gotta keep you boys out of trouble.
and it's a lot of
Sure even
that
Lenny
version
can
of it.
be
I do
relied
remember
on
the
to
difference
keep his
being he's
head.
torn
Not after that night you two had in
between
Valentine.
Yeah, I've been trying
things that are sort of
to forget
anchoring him
that.
to reality and
But
his own
little I
delusions pulling
remember
him
of it.
away.
You've
Now it's
always
been a long
bad
time.
drunk.
I don't remember
And
enough of the
before
details
you say it, I know.
to
Takes one
say
to know
too much
one.
about what
Guess
those
we'll never learn.
what those
Billy
opposed
much
forces
better.
are.
So should we stop for some whiskey?
How about we wait till after the bank, all right?
At the same bar, I'm guessing.
So, how are you feeling about this, Lenny?
Well, at first I thought it was a bad idea. But then I figured,
Yeah, I think there is
Hey,
something
I'll
like
think
that.
about
There
it,
is
Father.
this kind of
Certainly
tension, this
have
pull
been
between
recently.
these two poles.
I mean, why the hell
in a
not?
character like that.
Roll with it. I just told him we needed you
And that's
along.
very
I appreciate the confidence.
I think that's very
That'll have to wait. We're here. Let's take
I
it
think
nice
it's
and
largely an attempt to kind of show that kind of dichotomy in any given human person, right? We tend to be this kind of relationship between our how would you put it? Our rational, social, conscious selves and our more animalistic, to put it in maybe Jungian terms, our shadow, right? We always have this tension, and I mean, Jung has the idea of reconciling with this and kind of integrating that shadow self, right? I'm getting the terminology way wrong, but this is the general idea. And I'm not sure how ultimately possible that kind of a thing is. We always, I think, have that kind of that temptation to monstrosity, that pull towards monstrosity, and I think that
Okay. Let's leave the horses
especially
here off
the
main drag.
more traditional stage versions of the show that have that pull, that
All right,
sort
gentlemen,
of guns.
here we are.
Can I get,
Okay.
yeah,
Get
can I get
ready.
some guns? Nope, I'm using a pistol. Oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
Okay. Go to work.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't think
Alright,
I'm a
keep
little
it
bit skeptical
cool
about
and follow me,
the ability
fellas.
to completely reconcile the true self and the shadow self, that kind of thing. You know, I do think we always, if nothing else, have the pull to the draw towards temptation. That's redundant.
We never decided. Is it lost little girl you want, or the drunken harlot?
All right, let's absolutely do Drunken Harlot because it's hilarious. Let's.
Of course, you know I like the harlot.
You're the only one.
You're a bunch of filthy sinners and the heartbreakers, the lot of you. Now where is he?
If you're ready, get going.
Good luck, gentlemen.
We got this.
Yay, a grenade! I love that I'm going to rob the bank with a sheriff badge. I absolutely love that.
I'm not leaving till I find him.
Okay, we're going.
No, hold on. Wait till she's got him reeled in.
You don't know me.
Let's put on our mask, as we do.
Stuck up last night. Oh, sorry. Just between us.
I've never seen this woman in my life.
Get your goddamn hands up! This is goddamn robbery!
Nobody move! Get a word up! Nobody move!
Don't make us hurt you! Here! Unlock the door!
No, I'm gonna switch to pistol.
It's unlocked. We're good.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, you think we're here? Come on! Open the goddamn vault! Open it!
Yeah, Kylie, you weren't here last week for my smooth transition into absolute utter madness.
How's it going?
I kind of
Too slowly! You better get that door open right
got a little
now.
frustrated when it came to the
nearly
whole
there.
mask talk, and I got a little bit wacky with.
Hurry up!
Hey, let's do that. That's
I'm going as fast as I can.
Too slow. I said hurry up, you son of a bitch!
I am doing it.
yeah. So I'm assuming you saw the clip. What is that? That's a pamphlet. Out of the way. Yeah, I got a little,
Someone come make sure the suit behaves himself in here.
I don't know, upset about the whole mask thing. I've been talking about it quite a bit. It's gotten heated on social media a lot, like way more than I like things to.
God damn it!
And so I got a little bit. I went a little off the rails, and I got to the point of using the. Oh, both. Let's crack them.
Yeah, I think I should be able to crack these.
All right, but
I
you
may not be able to
better
talk
be
while we do
quick.
this because this is a little bit
You
finicky.
shut the hell up and stay still.
But we'll see. We'll see if I need to. But yeah, the mask wearing was really both. Okay.
Hey, keep still. If I see that leg move again, you get a bullet in it.
There's one. Okay.
Hurry up in there.
How much time do you think we got?
But yeah, so I used the mask wearing in the game to make an illustration of why
Going as fast as I
of
can.
the
This is slower, but it's quiet.
the kind of
I hear people out there.
psychological and sociological
Boys, need
impetus
to move this along.
to mask wearing in real life.
I'll keep a lookout at the
Come on,
door.
come on, come on, come on. Just really? This is ridiculous. Yeah, crack.
Hey,
Just
watch him
any
there.
pick one. Doesn't
All
matter.
right.
Anyway, but like, look at this for example. Why is Arthur wearing a mask right now? It's not because he has tuberculosis. It's because he's robbing a bank. Okay?
Please, let me go.
Because he's acting antisocially.
I swear.
Shut the hell up and stay where you are.
He is acting outside of proper society.
We're getting there. Few more minutes.
There we go. Got one. But yeah, that video there was basically just it was a clip from the last 15 minutes or so of the stream last week, and it was a little bit. Again, I got a little heated because, of course, I did. I'm relatively upset with the tone and the tenor of the mask discussions. I really do think that there's a weird cultural disconnect between the kind of the more urban kind of people, which again was a big theme last week as well. Urban people who... What happened? There we go. Urban people who see the kind of social disconnect as a viable solution, whereas more rural folks don't.
That's
right?
another one cleared.
This
is looking good.
How much longer?
More culturally rural people
there.
depend more thoroughly on a kind of
Hurry up!
social interaction, closer social interactions, and tighter social, everyday social relationships, if you will. Okay. But yeah, there was a. I do recommend you go back and watch that bit in particular. Come on, how do I get to this stupid safe? There it is. Jeez. There were a couple of instances where I should have just kind of shut it down and stopped paying attention to some of the really quite silly arguments I was having on social media. There we go. Got them all. Yeah, it was. It's the typical kinds of arguments that get more heated than they need to, just mainly because there's a cultural difference. There's a difference in understanding of just kind of how things work and how we ought to think of things. Here we go. We got a gunfight coming up. Great.
Assuming folk ain't getting there, you won't swing. I said come out now!
What do we do?
I don't know, give me a second. If the shooting starts, you're all dead.
I'll go. Follow me.
What are you, insane?
Probably. Don't shoot! Don't shoot him! I made a terrible mistake.
Get out of there, miss!
Sorry.
Come on! Let it go right!
I mean, I get the whole, like, getting to see folks squirm thing, Kevin. I definitely do. It is a lot of fun, but there's no way that's healthy for me. Where are we going? Oh, back to the horses? Yeah. Jesus.
It's the law!
There we go. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm on a horse. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Come on.
Let's go, goddammit!
Return to... Oh, you were kidding me. That slow bastard. Fine. Let's continue. Alright. Kylie says, yeah, someone lives in a more densely populated area, then mask wearing is valid. But since you live outside of densely populated areas, the mask is probably not needed as much because of less people. Absolutely. And it's my major point, and this was the point I made when I sort of calmed down from the whole you're a bunch of moving social parasites kind of talk, which really was that it's not about it's not about the mask. It's not about the mask or not wearing a mask, right? It's about the assumption that about, you know, their particular solution is the solution, right? That there is only one viable solution to have in any given situation, and that is something that I think is, first of all, like intolerably arrogant. It's incredibly arrogant to think that one particular solution, which happens to be the solution that fits your particular culture, is the solution for everyone in every situation. That's obvious nonsense. And of course, there's going to be different solutions for different people in different situations. Like you pointed out, right? Living out in the country, the actual threat of infection is incredibly low. This is my horse. Where the hell is Bill? I'm at horses, you idiot. Come on, Bill. Get on your damn horse.
Let's go, goddammit!
Where the hell's my horse? Calling horse now.
What the hell are you doing?
Getting to my horse. Get rid away, you.
Come on now, boy.
Okay, great. Great, fantastic. Let's go.
All right. Yeah!
I need an actual gun. Jesus.
Now let's get the hell out of this goddamn town!
Anyway, but yeah, so I do think that a big part of the problem is this kind of hubris of assuming that your solution is the only solution. There's a couple of things. One, that is a very, very common urban way of thinking. That's how urbanites tend to think. They think in terms of being sort of cultural imperialists, if you want. They want everything done their way in particular. And they don't want to tolerate people outside of their little space doing things in ways different than the way they do things. It's just kind of a cultural tendency. In that case, even more than just hubris. There we go. Kelly says, I feel bad though, as much as social interaction changed because of this, I like to give my favorite people hugs when I see them and haven't been able to do that. It's sad. I totally get that. And, you know, that's exactly the kind of tendency that the mask-wearing kind of mentality prohibits. It prohibits the kind of interpersonal, direct interpersonal interaction. Oh, come on. No. Oh, no. Don't do this. Wait, what? What is that? You know, Arthur's horse could slightly teleport. That's pretty cool. Kevin, yes, I am leaving all them man pelts to rot. At least for now.
Thank you, gentlemen. That was
Stupid and dangerous. Thank you, Bill.
We're alive and we're paid.
Yeah.
I don't see
They were
the
actually paid
problem.
quite a bit. It was like $20,000 or something.
Bill,
Thank
this
you.
is a very good take. That you'll be happy, even if it did come with a heap of trouble.
It was fun.
Well, maybe you're right. Now, go on, get out of here. I have some other business to attend to. Don't head directly back to camp, and make sure you ain't followed.
Hey, it was right near our old camp.
This is Downs.
Head to Downs Ranch. First, Peppermint needs a snack.
You all right, boy?
She's earned a snack. He's earned a snack, sorry. I barely made that one, by which I mean the game cheated and made me make that one, I think. Let's cinematic for a bit to catch up on you guys' chats. So yeah, I do think that the biggest discrepancy is cultural, right? So not only is it that this kind of expanding cultural imperialism, right? So that city people tend to think that everyone is like their culture. Every culture is like their culture. And so they're prone to think that every situation can be solved in the same way that they can solve their situations. Right? And you see this. Another example of this is living wages. Right? So you see, interesting one. Here we go. This is interesting. You know the COVID stimulus unemployment check thing. $600 a week. That number was very, very carefully crafted by particularly the Democratic members of Congress. And the reason for that very particular number, the very specific number, $600 a week, is because that is $15 an hour, 40 hours, full-time. What it's doing is it's demonstrating that, it's trying to demonstrate, well, this is what that kind of a higher minimum wage would be like, in terms of and just kind of slipping it in terms of getting people used to it, and kind of using it as an example, right? Now, depending where you are, $600 a week might be nothing. If you live in, I don't know, San Francisco, you're still on the street for $600 a week. You might be able to rent a tent filled with feces. I don't know. But if you're out here, I mean, compare where I live to any of the real urban centers around Florida. Like Orlando is a great alternative to compare it to. I know I have friends in Orlando, and there's no way they could survive on $600 a week. I mean, particularly with a very Orlando lifestyle, if you catch my meaning. Very urban, going out and doing stuff kind of a lifestyle. But by contrast, me living out here in the sticks, holy crap, that's perfectly adequate to live comfortably and support a family on. That's not like barely scraping by. $600 a week is decent. It's decent living, you know. And the difference is that people who live in the middle of the city where living expenses are astronomically high, have this kind of baseline assumption that that's how the world is. The whole world is. And so they think that, of course they do, they think that everything needs to be brought to their particular standards, and so they will try as hard as they possibly can to bring everything to their particular standards. This is incredibly wrong-headed because everything is not exactly the same across different situations. A living wage here out in the middle of nowhere is very, very different than a living wage in Orlando. If living wage is even a properly measurable thing, because, you know, it depends on your standard of living, yada, 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 all those Thomas Sowell type things. But the same also goes, obviously, for masks as well, right? Wearing a mask is a perfectly adequate solution if you live in Tampa, if you live in Orlando, if you live in New York City, if you live in an urban center. Yeah, of course, it makes sense. Here, it's a waste of your time, and it's a massive disruption to the ordinary social order that urban people do not understand because their social order is already sort of anonymized and depersonalized. Right? I used the example last week. When was the last time in the city you see somebody, you know, just kind of waving to another driver? You don't. It doesn't happen. That's weird. When I do that in the city, I get looked at funny, if even anyone is willing to make eye contact with me. But out here in the country, if somebody's walking their dog in my neighborhood, I will wave and they will wave back, no matter what. It's common courtesy, you know? Talking and seeing each other's faces is a big deal.
My husband's not cold on the ground and you come back here. Archie,
I nearly paid off what was owed.
Your husband knew the rules when he took that money. Now, I'm real sorry about the way things turned out. But he had a choice. Ain't my fault about the way the world is.
He didn't have a choice. He was good and he did good. There wasn't no choice in that. And you as good as killed him yourself, and don't kid yourself. You had a choice.
You speak as if killing was something I cared about.
You ever wonder about eternity? You should.
I hope it's hot and terrible, Mrs. Downs. Otherwise, I'll feel I've been sold a false bill of goods. Now, please, give me that money. Either you got a lazy eye or lack of respect. Which is it, boy?
I ain't got no lazy eye. No respect for the likes of you.
Well, maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black, on your behalf. You think on that, boy?
Well, maybe you shall, sir. And maybe other events will transpire.
You best stick to them books, because mark my words on this. Vengeance is an idiot's game. Ah, Mrs. Downs, thank you for your punctuality. It's next to godliness, isn't it?
That's cleanliness.
I'll have to take your word on that. Good day.
I love how this absolutely critical little plot thread gets woven in through everything else that's happening. The whole thing with the Downs is never the main plot, but it's always kind of there in the background, and there's no avoiding it as you move forward. Have I mentioned how much I love the soundtrack to this game? Ah, there we go. $20,000. Oh my gosh. Kylie says, perfect example is at the university. Some people are from more urban areas and normally don't wave at the people in their cars while crossing the way. Anyone who's from the countryside has the wave ingrained. It's in their DNA. Lol, absolutely. Yeah, it really is. I grew up in the suburbs, so it wasn't nearly as ingrained. I learned it from boating, because if you're out on the water, you wave. That's what you do. It's the absolute common courtesy, 100%. You never would not. But I've gradually learned it. It's become just sort of part of me as I've become more and more culturally rural. What is that? American Inferno. Oh, this is Dutch's book, isn't it? By Evelyn Miller. This is fantastic. This is so relevant. Okay, I need to actually read this whole thing, because this is relevant. Absolutely 100% relevant to what I was talking about. Ah, darn it. Really?
Jose and John are looking for you. They went out to the moonshine stash, said you knew where that was. They was planning a visit to the Braithwaite place, but John needs to do something for Dutch now, so Hosea wants you to join him instead.
Okay.
Seems to be a lot going on.
You're telling me.
There is, but...
Okay, thank you.
The goddamn bank in Valentine.
Dutch is pleased. All right, I'm gonna read this, because this is so relevant. This is that... Evelyn Miller is a sort of philosopher poet in the Red Dead universe, and he's very much a kind of what's the term? Not existentialist. What's the like Yeats or Whitman, that kind of school of thought, the classical rural Americana kind of thing. It is so relevant. I am going to hit read because it's getting dark, and I don't feel like killing my eyes like that. All right, through a few thoughts upon New York. You can see where this is going. In the end, what has a man but his thoughts? I would postulate further, what is a man to stand for but his thoughts? His actions, perhaps? I know precious little of action. Lions, donkeys, hyenas, they all act. So, is that what we are? No. We're more and less than the beasts. We are thoughts. We are actions and the reflections upon those actions. Yet, we are also not merely reflections. We are not mirrors. Okay, so first of all, he didn't say a damn thing there. He said we're basically not animals. That's all. Oh, hey, they're singing "Ring Dang Do." I should go and join in at some point, but maybe they'll be done. Maybe they'll still be going. That is the preserve of spirits of the gods. We are actions, and the thoughts upon actions neither one nor other. We are free neither from action nor from thought. Our humanity can only be understood if we embrace both the animal and the god within us. As humans, we must nourish both, yet America is a land of action, a place fixated not on ideas, and not on the redemptive power of thought, but on the obliteration of the intellect. Okay, we can kind of see some insights into Dutch's, where Dutch is kind of going here. It's a place wherein mankind has attempted to deny half of his being, and pursuing freedom has attempted to split himself. Much as a monk gives up the pleasures of the body, so the American is encouraged to give up the pleasures of the mind. He's led by a desire into a pig pen, awaiting his own slaughter. With this in mind, I decided that my study could best be conducted by traveling around this country and seeing how we, as Americans, could best awaken both the god and the animal within. I wandered into the inferno, the grand human inferno, the fiery and mediocre hell that is Manhattan. A world built by men for the torture of their fellows. Okay. So it's very much this, he's starting to actually put some ideas to paper and not just rambling. It's still very, very shallow, but he's starting here, I think, to talk about the idea of this tendency we culturally have. Oh, sorry, Dutch, I'm reading your book. It's interesting. This tendency we have culturally to build edifices and builds cultural substitutes for thought. So, okay, a place that shows beyond, talking about Manhattan, a place that shows beyond all reasonable doubt that when left to his own devices, when removing God entirely from his creation, man will induce not heaven but hell, the gilded inferno. Kevin says the Fight Club philosophy, yeah, a bit. The marbled purgatory, this American churning sea of desire, the place where we see man for what he truly is and recoil in horror.
It's becoming very tiresome.
I know, I'm standing right next to you, sorry. He's the destroyer of all, of nature, of course, of his brothers, seemingly his sport, and finally of himself.
And affection. All them out there, they're laughing at me.
You
feel
think
like I
this is the
shouldn't
way
be
to a man's affection? Moping and pestering all the damn day?
intruding on this.
Oh, I can do a lot worse than that.
Is that a threat? Another great way to a man's affection.
Oh, shut up.
Gladly.
That's fair. Men are fixated on greed, on desire, and on acquisition, not of experiences or pleasures, but the ability to acquire. People are fixated on wealth. Man is reduced to the desire for desire. Wanting is all that matters, not loving, not being, not having, but wanting. We are killers for desire. Even sport would be preferable. This is the grand sickness, the eternal sickness of the land. It is man unleashed. Man unleashed and turned into he knows not what. That is Plato's critique of democracy distilled into a paragraph. Not political democracy, but cultural, social democracy. The idea of each pursuing their own whim and seeking to fulfill current desires. Because when you fulfill a current desire, what happens? You will want the next thing. That's what happens when you buy something, is you find the next thing to want. This is why we have advertising, because it'll tell people what the next thing they want to want is. This is also the origin of of things like the appetizer platter, which, interestingly enough, in modern Greek, the word for appetizer platter is the ancient Greek word for many-colored, the word that Plato uses to describe the democratic society. Because when you can't decide what you want, well, you're going to just want a little bit of everything and be incredibly indecisive about it. And you're going to ultimately be unsatisfied because the purpose is not to get what you want. The purpose is to want. So he said this in much shorter than I did, but and maybe a little flowerier. For inside he's nothing. So all that moves him, all that he understands is the external, the great churning sea of desire. It is not freedom. It is an impression of freedom for people who have not the capacity to see further. And why can they not see further? because they have not been taught to see. If you wish for men truly to be free, if that is this nation's promise, and not merely a sales pitch for snake oil, then we must first teach ourselves and then our fellows to see the glory. The glory in death. Yes, of course, in life, but also in death. I realize that idea is abhorrent. I realize that it is vulgar and distasteful. I realize it is perverse, but it is also the truth. I traveled throughout Manhattan, from the migrant slums of the Lower East Side to the marble-clad mansions by the Central Park. I came to appreciate a hideous truth. The system that allows poverty and degradation such as I saw as wrong, and the impacts of the degradation on humanity are profound. But far worse is the impact of wealth upon those who possess it and are possessed by it. So he is very much here presenting this kind of critique of consumerism, particularly urban consumerism, right? Living in this these tightly packed, what we might think of as McMansions, right? In a sense, enslaved not just to our possessions, but to our desire and to our jealousy of our possessions. To be removed from humanity, to live as a prisoner in a marble jail, is to be isolated from humanity in such a manner, so profoundly anti-American as to make the whole conception of this nation an absurdity, even worse than our treatment of the Negro. Manhattan at once depraves the poor and dehumanizes the rich. Its purpose is unhappiness, the nurturing and blooming of suffering. Kylie says no one talks about Fight Club. Right, that's why I didn't talk about it. I just, read the comment. And this, if we're informed, is the high point of American society. Nonsense. This is nonsense. American nonsense, yes, but nonsensical deceptions nonetheless. The real America can only be found not in desires, but in the purity of its landscape. He is such a country folk. Like incredibly so. Let's close. Fits very well with a lot of my critiques of the city, of city mentality. Let's put our money in here. Oh, I've got like $3,000, so let's give like 300. Nope, too much. There, that's fine. Good enough.
That's my boy.
Yeah. I feel good about myself. All right. Arthur feels honorable. All right, let's go meet Hosea. I definitely eventually want to pay this bounty because that's a mess. Oh, man. I'll get to that eventually. Let's go to Hosea first. Anyway. All right, so I think that Evelyn Miller here, who is the actually, you wind up finding him in the epilogue like 7 years later or something and helping him out with his latest book, and it's quite the quest, and we'll get to it in like 6 months or something because this game is absurdly long. But it's quite the thing. But yeah, I think that is really a key critique of the city and urbanization and urban ways of thought, urban ways of life, that kind of thing. That it's very much what Plato saw as aberrant in democracy. If you're looking for specifics on that, on Plato's critique, I have a lecture on this from my critical thinking class from a few years ago. That is up on my philosophy lectures videos. Kylie says, I'm actually proud of myself because I haven't bought anything off Amazon lately. I'm actually saving money. I have adulted well.
Selling it back to where it came from.
Why?
I ain't got a market for it. They made it. They must have someone to sell it to.
Gosh.
Stuff look kind of lonely out here. I think we'll cut ourselves a deal.
I get you.
You and Dutch was just doing your duty when you requisitioned it. Now I'm doing mine.
All right. I should get going now.
I'll leave you fellas to it. Good luck. Thank you, John.
Kevin says I tried to
See
do
you
the
later.
thing that we're not supposed to
Dutch
talk
asked him
about
look
and ended
into
up breaking my
something
best
to
friend's
do with the
sternum.
Braithwaite horses, I think.
Okay.
Try not to do that,
Okay, let's head out to the Braithwaite's place.
because eventually you're probably going to have to talk about it if you're
Yeah, I've
breaking,
been there.
vital bones.
So what exactly are we doing? This is the moonshine we took after blowing up the Braithwaite still, right?
I think that good citizens taking the trouble to return their stolen goods deserve some reward, don't you? And it's time we made a formal introduction, like Dutch told us. Look, these are two big old plantation houses, and all I keep hearing is they hate each other so much they can't see past it.
I know. I've seen
Slow
it.
down a little bit.
There's a gray boy and a Braithwaite girl carrying on a secret affair. I've been, well, helping them.
The mind boggles. You think they're of use?
Not sure. They don't seem too involved in the rest of it, but maybe.
Well, I'm sure there's money in this for us somewhere if we can get in the middle of it.
But this is such an incredibly bad idea. Just like everything involved with this feud is such a bad idea. Like, my advice for anybody who finds yourself adjacent to a long-standing conflict like this is to keep yourself out of it if at all possible. Yeah, Kylie, you missed a lot of the... It was basically just a Romeo and Juliet plot. I really recommend going back and rewatching last week. You watch it in double time when you can. A lot of it was key plot stuff like that, like the Romeo and Juliet thing. It basically was. It's just Romeo and Juliet. Except they don't have to commit suicide, which is nice. I'm not supposed to say that on the YouTube. They don't have to commit Hillary Clinton.
Here we are. Modest little homestead, isn't it? Hello, gentlemen. How are you? What's that in the back there? Moonshine, my fine fellow. May I have a word with the man of the house?
The man of the house is a lady. Mrs. Catherine Braithwaite.
May I speak with her? I want to discuss a business opportunity. I mean no harm. No harm at all. You may happily shoot me if I do.
Okay. She's at the house. We'll be watching you.
Okay,
You heard
sounds
the
good.
man. Driver, proceed, please.
Yeah, sorry, YouTube. I did not mean to say the bad word. I meant to say Epstein. Or I guess maybe now we should be saying that they don't have to Maxwell themselves. Or do we think she's gonna die of the coof?
What you want?
It might be the coof.
Found something. Out in the hills. Thought maybe you was in the market for it.
For what?
Some liquor.
I ain't in the market for what's already mine.
The way we see it, it's ours. Well, with us possessing it, and I checked all over. For the life of me, I couldn't see your name on it. Oh. Relax, I ain't here to rob you. Oh, it seems that's easy enough. Wanna do a deal? What do you sell that stuff for?
$1 a bottle?
You give us 50 cents.
It's already ours.
Well, look on it as a reward for finding the property. Alternative is we go sell it someplace else.
The alternative is you get shot.
Now, who wants to get shot over a bottle or two of liquor?
Pay the man.
Pleasure doing business with you. And listen, we didn't take it. At least not without orders from...
Oh, I know exactly who gave you your orders. Old Sheriff Gray. You know what? I don't want it. In fact, sir, now you can do me a favor. There's an extra $10 if you do. Drive the stuff into Rhodes, head over to the tavern run by Mr. Gray, and give the stuff out for free.
Mama!
Hush now. I believe they call that a promotional expense.
As you wish, madam.
You boys come back sometime and tell me how you made out. Maybe we'll play a little cribbage.
All right. Next stop, the Rhodes Saloon.
Here we go.
That went way better than anyone had any right to expect.
I finally sold those Cornwall bonds. Got close to 1,000 for them. I wanted more, but not bad considering how hot they were, especially after that bloodbath in Valentine.
No, not bad at all.
Apparently, Cornwall's been pumping a lot of cash into the Pinkertons. Wants to keep their full effort on going after gangs. Gangs like us.
Yeah, that don't surprise me.
All right. This could get ugly. You and Dutch already have that thing going on in town with the sheriff.
Yeah, Mr. Gray.
That's it. Now we're inserting ourselves in his blood feud. We'll need something.
I ain't playing dress up. You know how I feel about that.
Of course you're not. You're a clown's idiot brother.
Hosea, please.
I'm the clown. You're the idiot. Just look sad and keep quiet. Even you can do that, Arthur.
Oh, I have to.
Put this hat on.
Oh, no.
Smoke this pipe. Bring your lip forward just a bit. Squint. Oh, perfect.
What about you?
Oh, shh. You can't speak. You're turned idiot. Right? Broke poor Mammy's heart. There. Fenton, there. Don't get mad now.
Oh my gosh. This is absolutely absurd. I absolutely love this. This is the second best thing the second most fun you can have in a tavern in this game. The first obviously being getting completely drunk with Lenny. That's so fantastic. Still probably my favorite part of the game. Yeah. Anyway, it is yeah, I really think that the urban versus rural divide, and this was kind of my point last week, and this was my kind of culminating point last week, and I kind of leave this topic at this, is that this kind of urban-rural divide is probably the single biggest dividing issue in American politics, and always has been. And this goes back to Thomas Jefferson versus Hamilton et al. And you really have Jefferson, who is the agrarian type, and you have Hamilton and Franklin and the Federalists, who are very much city people. And they had extreme political disagreements. And those political disagreements were just like we have now, which are centralization versus decentralization. And 3 guesses as to who was on the side of centralization. It was the urbanites.
Okay, Benton, stay calm now. For Mama, she loved you so.
Oh, no.
Just a shame you had to strangle her in a rage, right? Grab 2 cases of that stuff and follow me.
Oh. Who gave the idiot a gun? 2 guns.
Gentlemen! Quite the town you have here. We just rode in from up north.
Hey.
Hello, I'm Melvin. This is my brother Fenton. Don't mind him, don't madden him. He's turned idiot. Killed our mother, but it weren't his fault. How'd you boys like a couple of bucks? I bet you would. One for each of you. We're in the new trade of advertising, which is an American art form about ensuring people buy the correct things.
I don't know.
$1 more. Says give us half an hour. What harm can we do in half an hour? Go along now. Enjoy the money. Come along, Fenton. Let's hand out the liquor.
Okay, idiot time. With his ridiculous straw hat and corncob pipe. And this, oh my gosh. Okay, let's go behind the bar. Like a good idiot.
Gentlemen! My name is Melvin. That's my brother Mr. Fenton, he's a bit funny, but boy, can he pour drinks fast. For the next 30 minutes, the drinks in this here bar, in this here town, are entirely free. The only rule is that you gotta drink them, so hurry up, put old Fenton to work. Don't get him mad, though. His mama made him mad, and we buried her. The whole thing.
Oh, God.
Now come up to the bar, everybody. Come on,
I think I have actual things to do this.
A gift. Bounty. It's a sin to look a gift horse in the mouth. When I see a gift horse,
That's some strong stuff. Just keep them coming.
She won't catch us all. So drink them.
Mr. Gray won't
This
be
is
happy
actually
about
taking
this.
way more focus than it ever should.
Plenty to be shy, boys. Where's mine then? It's the lady of opportunity. Now it's your opportunity.
You're a fine man, Fenton. A fine man. Don't listen to your brother.
Knew my voice.
Over here, Fenton.
Yeah, I probably do need to watch Hamilton and actually see it for the sake of this kind of thing, because I do think that I'm wondering how well it portrays that kind of a conflict. The personal conflicts we get from between Hamilton and Jefferson and that kind of thing.
Don't be scared of Fenton. He rarely bites.
That's why he's got the pipe, naturally.
Wife is gonna kill me. I only went out for milk.
Come on, keep Fenton busy. You won't like him when he's bored.
Just keep them coming.
Drink up, drink! Lemoyne Raiders. Good evening, gentlemen. Quiet libation.
You!
Me?
You're the bastards who stole the liquor we was gonna buy.
Jump! We're in advertising. Come on in and have a drink.
That's our goddamn liquor!
An honest mistake.
Boys, get him!
Right.
Those bastards.
There we go.
We run the liquor around here. Stay the hell out of our business.
Good job, Arthur. Upstairs, hurry! Do something, Arthur!
I have to run around. Okay, I can't hop over cover, really?
Shoot this bastard! You fools are playing the weapon! Arthur, help! Arthur!
Got him. Jesus, that was ridiculous. There we go. Oops, sorry about that. You gotta be kidding me.
Let's go.
Okay, we got him. Oh, that was you. Okay, gotcha. No, sorry about that. But yeah, I will.
Let this go, Harley.
Over there. They got out the back.
Got more coming after us.
I see that.
Well, shoot them then.
Wait, I need. Yeah, I've got slugs. Okay.
Get those bastards.
Ah, jeez. Okay, here we go.
You think we wouldn't find you?
I saw them coming out of the alley. In front of you, Arthur.
Well, I'm working on it.
We run the liquor around here.
Arthur's dead. And run over. Let's try that again, shall we? And probably, maybe we shouldn't be using our sawed-off shotgun on horseback, or on wagon back at range. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the best thing to use. But yeah, I do think that the whole...
Ain't gonna let this go, Harley.
They got out the back.
Got more coming after us.
There.
Well, shoot them then.
Yeah, I do think that this whole advertising thing fits really well with what we were just talking about with Evelyn Miller and all that.
They're coming out of the alley.
Around here.
You know what? Let's use
Hell out
this.
of our business.
Shit, I hit the liquor.
Let's do that.
You should have cooperated. There's more to your right.
Am I right? Which right? That right.
I see it. Watch your back.
Oh, for your kind. That's our booze, you damn bastards.
There we go.
Keep on him, Arthur.
Whew. I'm a little bit distracted. You're not. Raider, are you? Alright, cool. Anyway, so. Ah, Jesus, there's more.
How many are there? They really aren't happy about this. Good shot.
Ooh, he's on fire. Okay, got him.
See any more of them?
Don't think so.
We do not have a lot of liquor left, but that's okay.
Jesus, all this over
Alright.
a few bottles of booze?
I reckon it's more they don't want another gang on their patch. All right, we're good.
Yeah. Remind me never to take up a career in, what was it?
Advertising.
Yeah. You think that woman set us up?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. This place is odd.
Yeah, I kind of think so.
I keep seeing those fellas.
Some local militia. Clearly not too happy to have some new competition. I'll go visit old Ma Braithwaite, see what's what.
Why?
We've been making money. The chest is filling up again, slowly but surely. Part of me thinks we just get ourselves good and lost. But we still need a lot more money before that can happen. So, for now, let me go give old Mrs. Braithwaite some of this moonshine as, well, let's call it a peace offering.
Sure.
That was fun, Fenton. We'll make an actor of you yet.
I'll go speak to Dutch.
All right. that was a mess. So see, this is kind of what I mean. I was saying how they have a chance here to
So,
be
what do you think?
stable.
About
They
what?
just can't bring themselves
Fine
to do it.
folks around these parts. Oh, real nice.
Exactly. On the one side, we have got the Gray family. Scots, degenerates, drunkards, the local law. You couldn't make this stuff up. Rich as Croesus. And on the other, their mortal enemies, the Braithwaites. Moonshiners, hypocritical, both rolling, we believe.
In gold. And in the middle of it all, you got some inbred retelling of Romeo and Juliet.
Exactly.
So what you boys thinking?
We try to rob them both.
You sure? Why not?
Because we got lawmen in 3 different states after us.
Last thing I want is to get us into trouble, but we need money. Now, we have the opportunity here to put ourselves in the middle of something ain't nobody gonna know we was here, because even without us, these fools are gonna kill each other anyway.
Okay, well, Hosea's gone back to see that Braithwaite woman.
Good. Hosea should definitely take the lead on this. I sent Sean over to Braithwaite Manor, too. Now, you can meet up with them,
Or join John and Javier at the Gray's place. Something to do with the Braithwaite's prize horses.
Well, how the hell did we get an in at the Gray's place?
Sheriff Gray kindly put in a word with his father. It ain't that complicated. We gotta convince each family that we're on their side, and then we rob them both. Before they figure out it was us that done it, and not the other lot, we'll be long gone. Think of it as payback for my daddy.
Payback? I ain't in the revenge business, Dutch. Least of all for something happened a long time ago.
Well, I guess we all gotta pay for something. Now, if you will excuse me, Arthur, I got to write a letter.
Yeah, well, Dutch is always the one saying that revenge is a luxury we can't afford, unless it's his revenge, and then he can definitely afford to drag everybody else into it. This is where I think, I mentioned this last week, this is, I think, part of where that kind of symbolic inversion starts to happen. Trim. Let's trim our chin, because that's a little bit getting crazy. Our chops, which are getting... those are fine. What do we think? Should we keep the massive soup catcher that we're developing, and especially that mustache? That's looking good. Yeah? Keep it, or do we want to trim some of it? What do you guys think? I'll let you guys talk it through in the chat. Meanwhile, I did want to mention this, right? That I think this is where the symbolic inversion starts to happen. Because up until this point, especially when we were up in the Grizzlies, running away from the Pinkertons, and then in Valentine, right? We, the gang, Dutch and the gang, were we were very much the freewheeling kind of, country type folks, right? We've been talking about urban versus rural. By comparison to Blackwater, by comparison to Valentine, we were country. Right? We were very much the uncivilized, wandering through kind of folks. Whereas here, we are still kind of out of place. We're still wandering, but we don't have a. It seems like that we've lost this desire to set roots down somewhere. Up until this point, it seemed like the goal has been find somewhere where we can be safe, where we can be secure. Now, Dutch seems to be more and more obsessed with moving along, moving to the next thing. Keep moving. We can be long gone before they even know it was us. That kind of a thing, you know? And I think that this is a huge difference. This is a huge difference in terms of how we think of Dutch and the gang, right? Dutch at this point is rootless, right? He's not settled in any given place, and he refuses to settle in any given place, especially here in a society that he doesn't like, doesn't see himself as being a part of. If you guys aren't telling me, then I'm going to trim my beard a little bit. Let's do there. That'll work. Keep the mustache. Definitely keep the mustache. Arthur needs a nice nap. To morning. But I do think that, what we have here is we see Dutch getting to the point of not wanting to settle, not wanting to put down roots, avoiding getting caught up into any given place. He's basically bomb throwing and then running away. Right? That's the idea here. That seems to be Dutch's end goal. Not that. Let's. We're okay as far as food goes. Full. All right. Okay. So let's go meet up with. Which one do we want to do first? Do we want to Let's go meet John at Caliga Hall for the Greys. Let's do the Greys stuff first. Stop, pay a bounty on the way.
Morning, Arthur.
Oh yeah, gotcha. No problem. Understandable. Where's my horse? Where'd Peppermint go?
Morning.
This isn't Peppermint. This is Bill's horse. No, he doesn't like me. I think that's Peppermint over there, right? Oh, wait. Oh, he came up. Oh, good Peppermint. Good boy. But yeah, let's brush. Brushy.
You're a good boy.
You're a good boy. I find myself saying that to both my cat and my son, so thanks, Arthur. Anyway, so my point, right, is that I think what we see is Dutch being the rootless kind of one, the wanting to be anonymous, because of course he's the outlaw ultimately. As much as we might want to think so, it's not just that he's outside of urban civilization, he's outside of civilization in total.
Out of the damn way!
I'd as soon as kill a man's horse as him. Makes for an easier target.
I was just saying hi. Anyway. But I think that the problem we start having here is that Dutch is, at this point, very prone to mayhem, chaos, to getting things that he wants through the most chaotic means possible, instead of settling down, lying low like we've been saying the whole time we should be doing. Because Dutch has a fear, I think, or at least an aversion to settling down, I mean, call it a fear of commitment if you want to be a little bit too cliched. Bolt action, there we go. Oh, darn it, really? None of them are perfect pelts. Nope, okay, moving on. Anyway.
No damn time for you.
But yeah, I think that this is one of the key points where we see Dutch's pathological side start showing itself. Certainly one of the earliest points when we see Dutch's pathological side start showing itself. Before this, he was very charismatic. He was very helpful. He was generally gave off the vibe of being a good person. Despite being an outlaw, he was overall trustworthy. He was. He seemed to care very much about his people. He has his little community. The problem is
Hello again.
he has this refusal to lay down any permanent roots, including for his community in anything outside of itself. Right? He doesn't want to lay down roots here in Rhodes. Even though, look, we're the main part of the gang, the important part of the gang, are deputized by the Hound Sheriff. It would be easy enough to get in relatively good with both of these feuding families. Right? It wouldn't be that hard to stay in the middle and not get tied up in the conflict. And at the same, or alternatively, just get tied up in the conflict, but stay on one side, right? Go with the Greys because you've been already working for the Greys. They're the local law. That'll give you some manner of protection from outside law enforcement, whatever. Right?
I'm looking for Gavin.
Oh, this guy.
He's my best friend. He left me. I lost him. I lost him.
Nice
Someone must have seen an Englishman. Really funny he is.
Morning to you.
Listen, have you seen... I'm looking for my friend Gavin.
I don't know any Gavins, I'm afraid.
English bloke. Lovely fella. He went missing and Now I'm all alone.
Good luck.
Gavin's friend.
Let's go, boy.
That's too bad.
That was creepily close, whisper. Yeah, Kevin's got a great point. Do business with both instead of rob both. Yeah, easy enough to do. The gang have some skills. Kylie says, Gavin was a, quote, friend. I see what you're implying. There doesn't really seem to be any implication of that. He really does just seem to have lost his not very bright friend, Gavin. This guy comes back. He's looking for Gavin basically all over the country. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see him again later in different places. See if we can find Gavin. We'll keep an eye out, I guess. Let's see about the gate.
Can I help you there?
Sure. Those supposed to be my business partners here. They arranged a meeting, I believe, about some horses.
A fellow with a scar and a Mexican.
Yes, sir.
Out by the stables.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day now.
All right. Doing business with both, even if the business is sketchy and untoward, that's still a smarter idea than trying to rob both of them. Or if you are going to rob both of them, rob them for each other, kind of like what we're doing here. But don't try and kind of go your own way with it. You know, don't try and frame each other unless it really is each other's fault. That kind of thing.
You turn up in this town, and you're helping everybody. And everywhere, there's troubles.
And have you met my partner, Arthur Morgan?
No.
I met your son, the sheriff.
Okay.
Mr. Gray here was saying how he had problems with a family of degenerates.
Oh, well, nobody likes degenerates.
That hag and her inbred sons. They ruined this county. They killed my uncle, you know.
That ain't right.
Problem is, we can't be seen to get too close.
And?
We've got gold, Yankee. We've got gold.
I ain't no Yankee, friend. I ain't nothing. My daddy came over on the boat from Scotland.
I'm Scottish.
And the Braithwaites?
Goddamn peasants. I don't know. Mongrels. Slave fuckers. All you gotta do is look at them.
How much gold?
Enough. These are prized horses I'm talking about. Them, they'll get you 5,000.
5,000 for horses.
Easy.
Where do we sell them, these $5,000 horses?
Over in Clemens Cove. Fellow over there will run them out of state and give you 50 cents on the dollar.
Mister, you got yourself a deal.
Just keep us away from this. Publicly, I mean.
My sense is we keep all horse rustling away from the public.
That's a good point. I mean, this kind of thing is probably the least destructive kind of thing going on. First of all, because you're working basically with the law, even if you're doing illegal stuff. But I mean, it's not. In a case like this, you're obviously you're still doing crime. You're still criminals. But at the same time, it's not as imprudent. It's not as stupid as some of the other stuff that we wind up doing, like
crazy old fool,
like what Hosea just did with
Braithwaite woman.
Hosea and Sean were planning on going over to the Braithwaites. You haven't seen them?
No, not yet. If they're there already, they better keep their heads down. We don't need this to be any more complicated than it already is.
$5,000 for horses. We've been robbing the wrong folk all these years.
Yeah. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But if we get even a third of that, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, Arthur is. So I've talked about this before, really early on.
Play this. Place is well guarded.
Oh, yeah,
there ain't no point in blasting it in there.
Kind of want to talk about the sort of triumvirate between Hosea, Dutch, and Arthur.
You'd be armed if you were about to spend 5,000 on horses. We should go in the back way, though. Avoid too many questions.
Yeah, so they have very much the archetypal relationship between the three co-rulers. You have the leader, Dutch, one who is the kind of balance between the others. Then you've got the very practical-minded, simple kind of fella, who is Arthur. And then you have the brains. You have the plan, which is Hosea.
Yeah, we had an appointment with Mr. Braithwaite.
Arthur's the one who keeps things stable. Hosea is the one who thinks things through and thinks things carefully.
And some stables down here.
Without those two sort of poles,
Perhaps we should look
the
elsewhere.
leader, Dutch, will go one way or the other. Will swing one way or the other. Will get blown off track. Will act stupid. You see this kind of thing in just about any time you find a three-person group at the head of anything. You have the one that comes to mind in terms of fiction tropes is Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. Right? Dutch is Kirk, Hosea is Spock, and Arthur's McCoy.
Nice and easy.
You've got the leader, you've got the brains, the logic, and you've got the heart, or the care, if you want. If you want to go even more classical and more symbolic, you've got the three roles of Christ. You have the priest, prophet, and king. You have the king, Dutch. You've got the prophet, the one who sees things and pushes things forward, which is Hosea. And you have the priest, the one who ministers to the people underneath the triumvirate, which is Arthur.
All right, let's hitch up here.
And without any one of them, the whole balance gets thrown off. Or if the balance gets upset another way by, for example, somebody else coming in. Yeah, let's just take our rifle, just in case. Let's also take a repeater, also just in case. Actually, not a rifle. Let's go with the auto shotgun, also just in case. Because you never know what might happen. But yeah, if you've got somebody like, Hosea. Oh, he's not with us. Okay. Hosea coming in and sort of joining the group and trying to join the leadership of the group. That's going to throw off the balance, especially if he's a particularly unhinged kind of person.
Can I help you, boys?
I hope so. Heard you got some horses.
We always got horses.
Fine horses, I mean.
I don't get you, friend.
Yeah, you do. Come on.
Listen, why don't you get out of here? You, Scarface, and your greaser buddy.
Whoa!
I don't like officials.
We ain't officials. We're connoisseurs, looking to do some breedings. Come on now, partner.
Okay, fine. Follow me. These here's mainly the studs available for purchase or for working. If that's what you're interested in. What is you boys interested in?
We represent a famous stable and stud farm from Saratoga.
Is that so?
Unofficially.
Of course. Well, this here's Cerberus. Here you go, boy.
Go to sleep.
Greaser, huh?
Okay, bandana's on. Don't nobody recognize me.
Alright, it's mask time.
All right, I'll grab the white one in the middle. You get the other two. Relax, boy. Come on.
Good boy.
Easy.
Easy now.
Easy. It's okay. Easy. You're okay. Marston, you're gonna tether him up to Javier's horse.
Okay.
Javier, you're gonna lead the stallions.
Okay, let's do it.
Wait. Marston, you ride point. I'll cover up the back. If there's any problems, we regroup at Clemens Cove.
Okay.
It's such a bad idea. I always say this.
Let's go, quick!
I always say in basically any situation that let's get with that.
We're being robbed! I said stop these
Wait, what? Oh, why don't I not use my shotgun? There we go.
Look out ahead! They're coming out of the fields!
Okay, this is ridiculous. I need shots. Oh!
Watch out by that wagon! More! We got more on horseback! Keep going, I'll cover you!
That's so much better.
Damn! The gate's blocked!
Get to the fields! Look there! The fence is down! Come on! See if we can get rid of them in the trees!
Such reload speed, such low reload speed on this shotgun. It's alright.
More on the road there, equip! Pull out! Goddamn horse rustler! You'll hang for this!
Too far. No, you think they don't belong to us? Is that possible?
Whoa! You okay there, boy?
What's happening here? Okay.
Shit! One of the stallions is loose! Keep going! I'll get him! Gotcha! Hey, hey!
Come on. This is not a safe way to tie a horse and lead a horse. You know, by the throat. But whatever, it's okay. I'm sure this is fine.
Over here!
I'm sure this is fine.
You got him! Well done. Clemens Cove's just over there. Come on.
Let's
get this over with.
Well, that could have gone smoother. That'll be on my gravestone.
That could have gone smoother. Yeah, Arthur Morgan, 1899.
You think they look like they're paying $5,000 for horses?
I guess we'll see.
It's gonna go so poorly. Oh, one's got a gunshot wound too. Oh, poor thing.
Come here.
I definitely need more pistol ammo. I need to go craft some pistol ammo. There we go. All right, let's see.
What you boys want?
Heard you pay good prices for horses.
Oh, we'll buy more or less anything, Pop.
That so?
Sure, Pop. I'm Clay Davies. That's my brother Clive. We're twins.
John, Arthur, Javier.
So what are you? Cuban?
No.
I don't like Cubans.
That's so?
Maybe. Why, what do you care? You ain't Cuban.
Maybe I like Cubans.
Ooh, you're funny. He's funny. Ain't he funny, Clive? Clive don't talk. We're twins, but I was born first. He came out all yellow and black, but he's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I know these horses. They ain't yours, but I like you, and I can give you 650 for them.
I was told we could get up to $5,000 for them.
And I was told the moon was made of ladies' tears. Only it ain't true. Not one little bit.
But
I like you boys. but I ain't got more than 700 on me. You want it, or you want to ride them fellers into town, and maybe someone there will hang you?
We're gonna need more than that.
I ain't got no more money, Pop. Here, take it or leave it. Uh-huh.
All right. You goddamn fool, Marston.
Maybe we should rob another bank. We got 20 grand from that.
$5,000, boys, but nice meeting you. See you boys again, I hope. Come on. Yeah. Close the gate, Clive.
Believed a yarn spun us by one of that Gray family. And imagined we
Kevin
were
says it's
gonna
Elvish
be
Rope.
wonderfully
Yeah.
rich. At the end of it, we felt like prize idiots.
Don't worry, soon we're gonna get that mango farm. Alright, let's see. Dutch wants to talk. That's interesting. Oh no. Alright, let's go for it. This will be fun. Poor Trelawney. Trelawney's into some trouble, so let's talk to Dutch about it.
Arthur.
What now? You sweating yet, Dutch?
Of course I'm sweating. We're in some disease-ridden, swampy, Dixie-whistling shithole.
I meant about what Trelawney said about these bounty hunters.
I'm not sweating as such, but maybe a little gentle perspiration. Until we know more, ain't too much harm in wasting good liquor on sweating.
So?
So, I think you should pay Mr. Trelawney a visit and find out exactly what he knows and who he spoke to. Take Charles with you. Oh, the sight of the pair of you would make a statue sing out its secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think that again, this is a great situation to get in the middle of in terms of like playing both sides in a friendly manner, or even hell, just playing one side. Just work with the Grays.
Charles?
Wouldn't be a
I
problem.
need you for some business in town. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I will always say that when there is a conflict like this, that is clearly not your business. I cannot craft more pistol ammo. I might have to switch to a revolver.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to a revolver. I can't switch in camp. Okay, that's fine. Oh. Let's go to meet Trelawney. But I always say that if you are in a situation where you're kind of stuck between rival parties like this,
Dutch wants up.
yeah, that's not all right. Let's go with that one.
Us to have a talk with Trelawney about these bounty hunters who are coming for us. Hoping he can tell us who they are or where they're coming from.
Okay. And you're deputies now.
Something like that. Soon as we laid eyes on that fool of a sheriff who runs that town, I knew Dutch was gonna play him like a fiddle.
On the run from one bunch of lawmen, working for another. Interesting.
Hiding in plain sight, Dutch calls it.
So, spirits seem good. In the new camp, I mean.
We got some space between us and that mess now. Ain't seen no more Pinkertons for a while. There's these bounty hunters, of course, but Dutch don't seem too worried about it.
Can't believe they're still coming after us. We didn't even get away with the money.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Of course. Trelawney. I've only met him a couple times, but he's a strange one.
Kevin says, "Yeah, you can go with the stronger side and then crawfish on him if the tables turn. That's a little difficult to do if the feud is ingrained enough.
Need to find him before he scurries off.
Only way you can get away with it is if you make yourself really incredibly useful to the other side, which I guess you can do. In a case like this, that's at least plausible. So maybe." And it seems at this point that the Grays are by far on top of things. or the Braithwaites. So I don't know why we're really bothering helping the Braithwaites. I honestly do think that Hosea is very much in the wrong here, trying to get stuff done with the Braithwaites. But I mean, what's he going to do with Dutch's instructions? You know. Well, do I need a pistol?
Shit, this don't look so good. Well, he clearly ain't here, so where is he?
Let's take a look around.
Alright, what do we got?
Someone got here first.
A note. Okay.
So it seems.
What do you think? By the looks of things, it wasn't a social call.
Check the house.
Tacitus Kilgore Mining Company. That's our fake name. Okay, that's not very useful.
Found anything?
A clue.
Bed's not made, so he must have been here recently.
That's a clue. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, there's another clue. What was the clue?
You see anything there?
Apparently.
This food's barely touched. Looks like he left in a hurry.
What else we got? Hey, an apple. I'm sure that's a clue. Or it's an apple. And cigarettes. Hey, look, what's this?
There's some blood here. That ain't good.
In his bathtub. With what looks like a women's dressing gown. That's great.
Big struggle. Pretty recently, I'd say. I guess maybe 12 hours ago.
But no body?
Not yet.
Alright, well, let's see. Kevin says the value of working closely with one side is the acquisition of information. The other side will be interested in the weak points that aren't as obvious. Very true. It's a very good point.
All right, I guess.
Well, lead the way then.
Not the kind of place I'd expect to see Trelawney staying in.
No?
Normally scams himself into the best hotel in town.
You know, when me and Javier went down with Trelawney to get Sean, after the bar fight, I swear, he talked the whole way and never actually said a damn thing.
I thought you knew. That's his special talent. They could be 20 miles away by now.
We can track them that far if we need to. Depends on how much you want to find them.
Yeah.
Now, I think, Kevin, you might be thinking a little too militarily.
Hey, look.
And I know there is the
other side of the tracks.
Wait, what? Wait, where?
Easy.
Where?
I can see more tracks this.
Oh. We lost it. Okay, there we go. Went into the woods. So this guy. Interesting. I think you might be thinking a little too militarily here. In terms of getting, you know, tactical information out.
Have you seen him? We're looking for our friend.
But maybe it is escalating to that point. So that's possible. I mean, eventually it certainly does.
You seen a strange sort of feller? Sort of formal?
Strange? Sure. Formal? Nah.
He uses a cane. Looks a lot like this one.
Yeah. All right, you two. Where the hell is he? You both better get out of here. Come here. At least hit me. Still think you're tough?
Alright, you got him. I'll take my hat.
You stay there.
Here, Javier, I got this. Charles, not Javier.
Where is Trelawney? I don't know anything. Tell me where he is. You go to hell. You better tell me now, you son of a bitch.
Okay, for Christ's sake. They took him to a cabin over by the cornfields.
Which cornfields?
Left. Down the path there by Braithwaite Manor.
Alright.
Let me see you again, you hear me?
You got
Let's steal all your buddy's stuff. $20, not bad. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do.
Follow me. I think there's a way around so we don't have to go through the Braithwaite's place.
Yes. I've spent enough time there. After you, then.
You okay?
I'm good.
What do you think they want with Trelawney?
Could be any one of 100 things. Just depends if any of them involve us.
You think he'll talk?
Of course he'll talk. He'd sell his own sister to save a train fare. He don't know how not to talk. He don't know where we're holed up, though. At least I don't think he does.
I don't know why Dutch still deals with him. Always disappearing for weeks on end.
He's got his uses, and, well, loyalty matters to Dutch.
Of course. But is Trelawney loyal?
Yeah, kind of. I guess Trelawney ain't exactly disloyal. Just got a big mouth. Don't worry. If he talked, I'll goddamn find out what he said.
I mean, Trelawney doesn't have the worst idea.
Nothing's ever straightforward where Trelawney's
Kevin says
involved.
all conflict has similar
Learn that
principles:
much.
business, interpersonal,
I
and
mean,
military
How much
have
time
common
have we
tactical
wasted
means.
getting this fool out of trouble?
That's true.
Somehow manages to be both lucky and unlucky at the same time.
That is true. I mean, the art of
That's
war
one way
kind of
of looking
thing
at it.
applies to
But
just
he
about any kind of
always
situation, any
finds
kind of
some way
conflict.
to pay us back.
Or not even explicit
Just when we
conflicts,
think
just
about cutting him loose, he brings us something big. I guess
competition
that's his
even,
special talent.
which is a very different
Keeping
thing.
fish on the
But
line.
to an extent, I mean, you do have to know your opponent's weaknesses, and I suppose having worked for them for some time, that kind of thing can help. But I don't know. I see this feud as more of a competition of slights and insults, more than a competition of actually trying to really harm each other, or actually trying to gain even gain any advantage over the other. It's more of just exchanging revenge, that kind of thing, you know. At least when we first see it, that's what it strikes me as. So it strikes me as kind of, maybe I would say it's fundamentally unserious. It's a kind of family feud that, yeah, people die, but neither side is dedicated to wiping out the other, or even really significantly harming the other. And without that intention, I mean, the tactical information is
The thing
all
is,
that useful.
after that attack, this will be remembered like a good time.
Put the man down, gentlemen.
You just shoot him.
Is that the lot of them?
I think so.
So you're alive.
Allegedly.
Well, don't worry, they won't
Allegedly.
be for much longer.
Go get them, Arthur. I can handle this.
Yeah, so Kevin says, at least with regard to the psychological.
Don't let
Can
them
I
get away.
not shoot
Could
him?
have told them anything.
They've gone into the cornfields. We need to flush them out.
Can I just light him on fire? That's a good idea. Some run this way. Sure, I can just light the cornfields on fire. That doesn't help. Okay, got one.
God damn these sons of bitches.
Oop, no. I definitely want to keep my show field, because it's just better. Okay, cool. Another $20. Jeez. I'm very glad I kept that. Alright, where to exactly?
They're gonna get away. Let's find them.
Where the hell are they?
We know who you are, and we're coming for you.
I heard you, you idiot.
Come on, man.
Your fault.
We got one more, Charles.
All right, and I need my hat because that's crucially important. Yeah, I saw there was birds. There we go. Yeah, cornfields are horrifyingly creepy. Last Halloween we went to a corn maze, Spring Hillish ways, and it was really cool. But
hey, I see something on the ground over here.
Where? But it started to rain.
Look around. You can't have gone far.
It started to rain partway through while we were out in the middle of it, and we had to quickly find our way out of this corn maze that was made as a corn maze before it started pouring on us. It was... Oops, wrong way. He's in this little corn patch. Are you serious? Can't I just riddle the whole area with bullets?
He's mine! Let me take him. You get out of here.
You have my friend.
He's not your friend. I'll give you money.
Ooh, nice.
Come on.
You should have taken the money.
I know. I'm a fool.
What has he got?
Shit.
Jeez, another $20.
Of course. You okay?
That's impressive, man.
I'm fine.
All these guys have lots of money. Damn it. Oh, hello.
Gunshots are coming from that barn.
I got you now. He's backing off inside. Get after him.
I always just light the barn on fire. I always think that. Like, it seems like a good solution to me.
There he is. Take him out.
Let's take this cash here, because apparently he's got $20 on him, right? Yeah, he does. Nope.
Good. He should be the last of them.
All right. Yeah, that was nightmarish, especially because it was so frantic.
You all right?
A
Never goes easy, does it?
rare rolling block rifle.
Come on.
Let's go see
Yeah, I
how
will
bad
say
they
that
beat up the slippery
a cornfield is not a good place to be frantic, because that is the worst way of finding your way out of it.
Seems like we can't catch a break now, Arthur.
Can I
Luck's
get out?
held this long.
Yeah, I can.
We got out of worse scrapes than this one.
So I heard.
Sure.
Does that need cleaning? No. This does. So is that? All right, let's clean. Well, let's we'll go to the gunsmith soon.
I hope.
Listen, Kevin, it is a really straightforward and simple solution to an obvious problem. Wait a second. Oh, it's the horse. Okay. I thought that was a person standing up there with Trelawney. That'd be unsettling. That'd be troublesome. Yeah, listen. Burning the barn down when there's somebody inside who you want to kill is a very practical solution, and it's a great way to not get shot. Just saying.
Well, he's still here
It
at
works.
least.
You know?
Put your feet up, why don't you? You okay?
Never finer.
So, who was they?
They were bounty hunter. Attached to Cole Stoudemire.
Okay.
They weren't looking for me, per se.
What you tell them?
Not much. I told them I was an intellectual. Come down here from Oregon, looking for a job at the university. Of course, they didn't believe me. Seems you stirred up quite a hornet's nest in Blackwater.
So I keep hearing.
It might be best if I stay with you, gentlemen, for a while.
Can't go back to that caravan now.
All right, Charles. You take Trelawney back to camp. I'll catch up with you. Okay.
All right.
There always seems to be more and more civilization. I want to get back in the open country of the West, or what's left of it, but well, even that ain't the way I remember it.
Yeah, he's got a fair point there. And that, again, that just encapsulates the entire theme, you know, of trying to get out and away from civilization, as folks like the Pinkertons understand it, you know, and in the way that, or civilization in the way that people like Arthur does not. Doesn't want to participate in that kind of thing, right? It's not the kind of thing that's appealing to somebody who is that kind of marginal character. The kind of person who wants to be out on the edge of society, doesn't want to integrate into society, but still wants to form a society of some sort, just not part of the society. Right? They don't want to be part of everybody. They want to be part of their little group. Right? In a sense, it's an urban impulse, but a rural impulse, but it is importantly different, right? And we can see that in. Oh, excuse me. We can see that in Dutch's impulse to kind of avoid even the small town kind of civilization. You know, he doesn't even want to be part of this civilization. He wants to have his own little society. And ironically, that's kind of that goes around full circle, and there's that sort of double inversion that takes place. That becomes this kind of urban impulse of wanting to have this absolute control of society. It's just for the time being, it's control of a small, little, insular society. Control of us. Us hasn't yet had time to expand further out to sort of colonize them just yet. Kevin summarizes my outlook on life. Getting shot at, burn stuff. Wrestling a bear, burn stuff. Dirty dishes, you know. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad Kylie agrees. What do you think a dishwasher does? It burns away the dirt. It just uses water instead of fire. Yeah, I mean, if we're going Aristotelian, it uses both, because it uses hot water. So there you go. Burn away the dirt. Also, wrestling a bear. Absolutely use fire. Like, most wild animals are terrified of fire. Scare the bear off with an open flame. It's honestly a good strategy. I'm not even joking. Like, fire is a fantastic tool invented by humans, and we underutilize it. Anyway. I mean, okay, Kylie says waterbending in the context of the dishwasher. Yeah, okay. I mean, I gotta say, that's the kind of thing that I think I talked about this last week a little bit, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, when I was talking about The Legend of Korra in contrast to the world building in Legend of Korra, in contrast with the world building in The Last Airbender. How the different I need a hair tonic. I'm gonna take that because I want a super beard. Where is it? Bitter snake oil health cure. Do I have any hair tonic? Nope. Darn. I have to buy some. Oh, hey, this guy.
I've seen bad things. Hey, mister.
I'll get back to this stuff.
Give me some money.
World building in Avatar.
Sure.
Well, thank you. Say, where you from?
Around.
Ain't from around here. If I was you, I'd leave.
This town lost its goddamn soul a long time ago. Nothing but nasty, miserable people.
Yeah?
Yeah, ever since them Greys moved here. A bunch of no-good white trash. Yeah, they somehow got rich. About 50 years ago, they moved here, caused a whole heap of trouble. Yeah, I reckon they was Yankee spies during the war and everything.
That's so.
Yeah, sure.
Line up, Rhodes. Get your papers.
Interesting. All right, let's see the general store. See if I can get some hair growth tonic and maybe a better belt. I mean, I can probably get a new belt from some of my achievements
Long
to find
time
a trapper,
no see.
but I'll get to that eventually.
Take a look. Any questions, feel free not to ask. Oh,
Kevin asks, is
okay,
fire an invention or a
I just
discovery?
assumed you couldn't read.
And at what point, if any, is there a lack of distinction? Yeah, I honestly would say that most of the time, there is not a proper distinction. I mean, most of the time... Oh, wait, I can't buy it here, can I? All right, let's go back to the index. Tonics. I think most of the time, things are discovered rather than invented. Let's buy that. Let's buy a couple of them just in case. And I'll go back and go to the...
And that should be good.
Let's take it. Where'd it go? Oh, is this one? Nope. Really? Where is it? This one? No. I bought two of them. It's not provision, is it? Kit? Oh.
How's your friend getting on with those new clothes? Not something a lady should be wearing, in my opinion, but each to their own, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be very... Thank you. Really.
Oh, darn it.
I'd be very surprised if you had a lady, my friend.
Well, not right now, but I've had my share. Anyway.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, gosh. Arthur off white knighting. But I do think that, so like we were just saying, I do think in most cases, things are discovered more so than they're invented. I think invention is... So maybe here's a line. I can maybe draw a line. And maybe this is a little bit of an artificial line, but I do think that it works. And it has to do with formal structures, with forms. I tend to think I don't take quite the.
On your hands now, you get me? What can I offer you?
I don't take quite the Aristotelian view of substances, because for the Aristotelian, there is no.
Looks like you're taking care of that weapon. Good to see.
There is no substantial form of a. There is no substantial form to the to an artifact, to something which is invented or created by a finite person. Right. Oh wait, not this one. It's not even my good repeater. My Lancaster is my good repeater. There.
You know, there's lots I could do to get that weapon just to your specifications. Let me know.
I already did. And it looks pretty swanky, so we're good.
Well, if that gun ain't shining, glad you take care of what's yours.
Ammo there.
Looks like you're taking care of that weapon. Good to see. Always good to have a full stock on ammunition.
And my semi-auto, clean it.
That gun seems to be well taken care of.
Let's customize my hunting knife. Let's make it
That could really shine with some carbon in it.
gold. Now let's make it blue steel. That's nice. Give it a nice. That's nice. Or that one? No, I like that one. Let's do
See Mr. Banks across the way there?
golden light.
He ain't the friendliest at first. But he's nice enough when you get to know him.
Yeah, let's leave it. That's good. All right, cool. Let's go with that. Looks nice. Yeah, I do think so. So
Didn't expect to see you back here again.
on the Aristotelian direct realist view.
Thank you.
Oh, how do you know? Okay, that's good. On the Aristotelian direct realist view, the can I get a bath? I desperately need, or can I not go in? Ah, darn! I can't get a bath anywhere in Rhodes. That's horrifying. Maybe the saloon, but that'd be only at night, which is silly. Anyway, where to next? I need to go back to Trelawney. Yeah, let's go back to Trelawney. But so on the Aristotelian direct realist view, only natural things have substantial forms. And so that means only natural things are things. So if we look around ourselves after the game unfreezes, there we go, we can look at the categorical difference between the dogs and the statue. Right? The statue does not have a substantial form. The statue is has has something like an artificial form imposed onto it. Right? It's shaped, but it is not a substance in the proper sense. Whereas a dog, pooping dog, I'll let you finish. You're done. Foxhound. Okay, good dog.
Hey, boy.
Good dog. Good dog is a good dog because a dog has a substantial form. There is such a thing as a dog. That's a kind of thing. Whereas a statue, according to Aristotle and the Aristotelians broadly, is not. It is bronze, which is a substance shaped into something in particular. In this case, with an extrinsic form imposed upon it by a sculptor, or by a mold, or whatever, however it was built. I'm just standing in the middle of the road. Calm down, sir. Right, but so I take this somewhat differently. Right, I would say that the statue is a substance because it has a form imposed upon it by a person. Right, and that's this is more of a Scotist view, and it also has its roots back in Plato. Right, so that all of the artifacts, the man-made things around, I would call substances. I do think they have substantial forms. There is such a thing that it is to be each of the things around, right? Whether that is, a hat, a hitching post, or a gun, or a statue, whatever. But that means that we have to be, we, human beings, right? We finite creatures, have to be capable of what amounts to creatio ex nihilo. We have to be able to create substantial forms. Right? If invention, or even if actual creation, actual making, is possible, then it has to be, in some sense, ex nihilo. It has to be from nothing. Right? Because the form can come from nowhere but ourselves. And this is really a preview of the video that's coming out tomorrow. I'm glad you mentioned this. Because this is a major topic that I think Scotus gets absolutely right. And this is one of the, I think, a few places where Scotus does a very good job of correcting Aristotle. Because I think Aristotle gets some things wrong here, because he takes the Aristotelian view very straightforwardly. And so, okay, so you say, okay, we discover dog, but we invent/craft statue. Well, which is it? Inventing or crafting are very different. If it's mere craft, if it's mere application of techne, skill, to pre-existing substance to shape it into an extrinsic, not quite real form, then all it is a all it is in that case is not actually making something. You're just kind of shifting things around, right? You have, in that sense, the materialist view of the change between substances, which is very shallow, right? And Aristotelians rightly criticize such a view. And you have kind of the materialist or the atomist view of material substances. As long as those material substances are man-made, they aren't substances. Not exactly. I would say that that's incorrect, right?
Arthur, dumbass.
Right. So not only are Arthur and Peppermint things, right? They're not the only kinds of substances. Right? Natural things are not the only kinds of substances. Artifacts, things that human beings create, are. But what that implies is, like I said, human beings are capable of creating substances from nothing. Right? Because we're capable of creating the substantial form of the thing, which is very, very different from taking an existing form and imposing it onto something. That's very different. Let me see if I can change my clothes a little bit so I can get out of these dirty mess. Okay, yeah. Not that one, though, because it's hot. There, better. Clean, somehow. Let's just go with that. That's reasonable. Right. But this is a radical claim, at least from an Aristotelian standpoint, because Aristotle would say, of course, we finite creatures cannot create things ex nihilo in the way that God can. But somebody like Scotus, and a lot of early Platonists, and a lot of later thinkers, I argue Tolkien being one of them, holds that part of what the imago Dei is, the image and likeness of God that human beings uniquely bear, is our capability of creating things. Oh, look, he's doing magic. Like that, I guess. But creating things from nothing, whether those are inventions, right, our ability to invent, our ability to subcreate fiction is unique. That is like God. And then further even, Scotus will go so far as to say, our ability to choose. Right? If you choose an action, you are creating that action from nothing except from your own will, your own mind. Right? And so that's a radical notion, one that I take to be quite correct, really. I do think that Scotus gets this right, and that the Aristotelian Thomists tend to get this wrong. Those are rare. Those are rare instances where I think Thomas gets something totally wrong, but that's definitely one of them.
Why? Well, I know you think I'm just some effete buffoon.
What?
A man of words and not of action.
Yeah.
Hardly a man at all.
Well, I think you're as slippery as an eel in an oil slick, but still a man.
Because I think I've found something interesting.
Yeah?
Have you ever robbed a stagecoach?
No, never. Who would have even thought? Of course I robbed a goddamn stagecoach. You know I have.
And what's the problem with stagecoaches?
The armed man attempting to put a bullet in your head?
Not quite. The odds. I mean, is it worth the robbing?
Sometimes.
I know. But, well, if you'd like to come with me, I can introduce you to a new best friend, and he's going to give you all the decent, robbable stagecoaches a hot-blooded degenerate could require.
Well, I could require a whole lot.
So, that's one thing. This in particular. Moving on from deep and important subjects and back into gameplay stuff.
Because what can possibly go wrong there?
Back into gameplay stuff. This is actually one of my biggest problems with this game. We just, in our last mission,
What are we waiting for?
in Act 3, out of 6 or 7, almost halfway through the game,
You sure seem to have got about around here.
You know me.
almost halfway through the game, we just got a horse fence.
How the hell you end up
We just got a place to sell stolen horses, or even wild-caught horses.
I have a few commitments over this way.
And we're about to get a place to find stagecoaches to rob. Only just now.
Among other things, I had quite a nice little business going for a while.
It bugs me a little bit. Oh, that's nice. It bugs me a little bit that basically what amounts to the tutorial for this game gets spread across basically the first half, and then some. Really, it makes it a really slow start. The open world only opens up very, very slowly. Which, I mean, okay, it's very accessible, but for me, I just want to ride around in Yeehaw Skyrim and go do cool stuff, but there's a lot of stuff I can't do from the start.
Anyway, while they're off chasing their pot of Confederate gold hidden at the end of some rainbow, let me present you with something real.
So, where exactly are we going?
The train station. The clerk there, Alden, is quite a fellow. And very informed on the comings and goings of coaches round these parts.
Ah, I see.
Here we are. We can hitch up outside. I'll make the introductions, Arthur.
All right. So Kevin says, do we not craft works of fiction from pre-existing themes, though? How might that be different from crafting statuary? Well, for crafting statuary, to use our example over there, right, wherever it is, we are imitating the form of a pre-existing thing. In this case, a man.
Let me do the talking.
But in the case of our revolver, right, there is no pre-existing form that we are imitating when we invent something. The same goes for fiction. Right? You can extrapolate upon existing themes, but the specifics of those themes, right, the particularization of those themes, are going to be novel, or at least they should be novel to an extent. Right? Now, not perfectly novel, right? They should follow certain patterns, right? And that is just to do with, the fundamental nature of reality, that kind of thing.
Hello, Josiah. How have you been?
Dandy. And you, friend?
Like I said, times are tough.
But any given thing that we do is a
terrible woman.
This is.
They often are.
But
how's work, Alden?
Terrible. Wages got cut again. They reckon they just invented a new horseless carriage will be the end of us.
They've been saying that nonsense since they invented the wheel. The wickedness of bosses.
I know. My comrades here and I are greatly discouraged from the adequate fulfillment of our duty.
A discouraged man is no man at all, Alden. No man at all. My friend Arthur here has a present for you.
Trelawney's thumbs are way too long. It's creepy.
Ain't you kind, sir?
Call him Arthur. He's one of us, a fellow man of distinction.
Okay, well, this is perfect timing. I think you'll like this one, Josiah. It'll be coming south down the River Road through Siltwater Strand.
Thank you, Alden. Thank you very much.
Oh, and Josiah, if you or Arthur are ever out Strawberry Way, ask for my colleague there, feller called Hector. He's also one of the, what did you call us again?
Discouraged men, Alden.
That's it, discouraged men. I like that.
Well, goodbye, Alden, or should I say, adieu.
Oh, adieu, Josiah.
Oh, let's see. Neat. Okay, cool. So let's go handle it.
What the hell was that? I thought you might like to see that pantomime.
River Road through Siltwater Strand, he said.
Okay. I think I know a good spot to wait. Follow me.
Yeah, so, anyway. So, as I was saying, I think the part of the difference, Fred, is that there is a significant difference from informing matter with pre-existing form, or an iteration of pre-existing form, and creating a new form. And a new story or a new character is not simply a pure iteration of an existing form. It is its own. It is its own new creation. And I think it's the difference between creation or creativity and imagination. And on the Aristotelian view, and also going back further to the Platonic view, imagination is the idea, not the idea, is the shifting around of images in one's mind, or in the mind's eye, or shifting around phantasms, to use the technical term. And this is why in dreams, apparently, I've heard this might be incorrect, but I have heard, in dreams, it is impossible to dream a new face. You can only ever dream of a face you already know, or you've already seen. Because our minds aren't capable of creating new faces, at least not subconsciously. I do think our minds are capable of creating new faces, at least from pre-existing elements, and we're capable of at least recombining. And that is sort of blurring the line between imagination and creativity. But creating ex nihilo, per se, means not using pre-existing components, but creating new concepts. Or applying concepts in completely novel ways.
Better safe than sorry.
In ways that have not been done before, in ways that
in a strong box, which
are not the ordinary way in which these concepts relate to each other.
And you can scurry around, open the strong box, and relieve them of their goodies.
And how do I open the strong box without threatening someone to open it for me?
This should work.
And I can do this silently?
Well, I'm hoping complete silence won't be necessary. But you're going to wish you had your earplugs. This is Damson. Oh,
finally also gets the lockpick.
Of course, if anything goes wrong, you can wave your guns around like you normally do. Hold tight. They'll be here soon.
Speaking of guns, I'm going to switch back to my pistol. Oh wait, am I completely out of regular ammo? Oh no. I'm completely out of regular ammo.
There it is. Right
That's
on
not
time.
good.
Let's go. Keep your
But did that
distance
distinction
so they
make sense,
don't
Kevin?
see you. And please leave that gun in its holster for once.
I need to buy more pistol ammo. Forgot to do that. Ah, darn, I even forgot to buy a new gun belt. Upgraded gun belt. I'm going to do that.
I'll ride ahead and get the coach to stop. You
Clean
hang
it later.
back.
Oh.
Don't let them spot you, or you'll scupper the whole thing. Yep.
Right, let's move up.
Good day. Oh. I hope you don't mind my singing.
Not at all.
I'm preparing for a show.
It's a free country.
Did you say a show?
It's a small benefit to build an opera house in Blackwater. Just
Mrs. Chester Damson.
I flatter. Bloody.
Now stop the coach, my good man! Stop the coach!
So Kevin says it is more clear, but of course I'm trying to figure out how to refute it. So I can tell you how an Aristotelian would refute the idea. Right? So an Aristotelian would claim that it isn't about... you need to hide a little bit.
Could you? It's such a small. Would you see me do something?
Oh, Kylie. Yeah, I just saw Frozen 2 again today, because I sure wanted to watch it. The dude singing is the equivalent of Olaf trying to help Elsa sing to the Fifth Spirit. Yeah, so Kevin says, revolver was a good practical application of the point. Yeah, invention in general. is the kind of thing that I'm really referring to. Is that guy gonna... Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's be quick. Alright, bye Trelawney. Enjoy your show. Okay, so here's the thing. Saoirse likes Frozen. She does not like Let It Go.
I can't say enough about Mrs. Damson. Magnifico. So sorry, gentlemen, for the interruption.
Actually, I think more broadly, she doesn't like Elsa's singing voice, which I honestly don't care for too much either. Yeah, she likes Frozen. She, like I said, she does not like Elsa's singing voice, especially Let It Go. I'm not a fan. Which I get. Yeah, CJ, you can totally tell the story if you'd like to. It is a delightful one with her toy castle and everything. It's wonderful.
Sir. Well done.
It was easy. You did all the work.
Teamwork, my dear boy. Teamwork.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, jolly good. Go see Alden from time to time. See you soon, Arthur.
All right, neat. That was absurd. I love the ridiculous quests in this game. They're just so fun. Stuff like Trelawney and all that. Anyway, so where to next? Well, we could go over all the way to Strawberry for the exact same thing we just did. Is there anything else weird around? Nah, let's go to Hosea. Let's insert ourselves into the other end of this nonsense, and then we'll probably be pretty close to calling it a night, ending on midnight. So, yeah, it is. Yeah, so Mrs. McCoy's story there is adorable. She's very cute. Yeah, my parents got her a little Elsa castle with figures, and if you open it up, open the stairs up, it sings Let It Go. And she starts bawling and saying turn it off over and over. Same thing happens if she's watching the movie, and we don't skip Let It Go. She starts crying and running away and repeatedly saying turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. It's super cute, and I totally understand. Oh, right, I need to go to the fence first, and I need to go to the gunsmith first for the gun belt and for more ammo. I may have just kicked a dog. What?
Step up.
Okay. I'm gonna just shh. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Erica says, now I blissfully skipped 5 minutes of the movie so I don't have to listen to the awful song. Yeah, I get it. Same. It is, it strikes me as, because I think that more than anything is like the single most overhyped part of Frozen.
Nice to see you again, mister.
Not just overplayed, but
anything good for me by any chance?
It's one of those trying way too hard kind of things, you know? Alright, let's go over to Rhodes. It's into town.
Yep.
This way into town. Let me make sure. Yeah, so overplayed is a big thing. But then also, honestly, it's... I don't know, it feels like she just doesn't have the pipes for it. Which I know is hypocritical, but it's because I obviously don't. I barely have the pipes to talk for 3 hours straight. But really, it should have been written with her in mind so that the big moments could actually feel big and not like she was about to die. you know. I honestly, another big issue I have with Frozen, and I promise I will get back to the issue of how Aristotle would respond to the creation thing.
Is this your full stock, or do you have more hiding in the basement?
Please don't. I'm really trying to put it all behind me. I couldn't be more sorry.
All right. I won't mention it again.
God, this guy's so creepy. All right, let's get some ammunition. But I do think, I think the biggest issue with Frozen, one of the biggest issues with Frozen, is that it doesn't have a musical identity. It's basically impossible to, if you hear a song, it's basically impossible to tell that it's from Frozen. Really, I did not know that.
See you again, partner.
She used to be, but she stripped her voice a lot. That's, yeah. Huh. I didn't realize that. That makes sense, though.
Okay, fella.
It makes sense of the kind of the timbre of her voice. But yeah, I think Frozen doesn't have much of a musical identity. There's a big problem with that. Like Kristoff's 80s rock number in the second movie. I absolutely love it. Mrs. McCoy and I disagree with this a little bit. She's not a big fan of it. I love it because it's the cheesiest thing in the world, and I'm a real sucker for that kind of crap. But it does not fit with anything, and neither does anything else. There's no musical identity to the movie, to the series now, to either movie or to both or whatever. Yeah, Kylie says true. It's sort of one of the blendable Disney songs. It doesn't really stand out. Yeah, and not just the songs, but the whole soundtrack. Right, the whole soundtrack is just kind of a little of everything, and it's a mixed bag, really.
God damn drunk horse.
Okay.
Couldn't pay no attention. You there? Yeah. Would you watch my cargo here while I go find someone to deal with this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let's hang out here for a little while until he stumbles back.
Pay good money for what? It's probably just a busted wagon.
Okay, see you later, buddy. I love the low sun through the woods. Very nice. I feel like I'm about to be robbed here. This is so tempting. Not fair. He's drunk, he won't notice. Nah. Well, I said I'd watch his stuff for him. I'm sure he's never coming back, but whatever, we'll see. I've never actually done this to completion. I started to, but somebody attacked me, and I got a bounty and had to run away. Basically, somebody ran over the carriage and thought I attacked them, and it was one of those weird glitches. Previous playthrough. But anyway, but yeah, no, it's but yeah, I a big issue. That's a big issue I have, that Frozen doesn't have like a musical identity. Like, I will insist forever. I will never get. I will die defending this stupid point. The Disney power ballad peaked at "I Will Go the Distance" from Hercules. That was as best as it ever was, and it has not gotten any better since. And they have spent way too long trying desperately to try to replicate the feel and the tone and everything about that song. Is that the guy? Is he just sleeping by a tree? Yeah. Great.
Let's get.
All right, let's go wake him up. Idiot. I did not realize that this was that stupid. I figured it was. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hey.
Don't do this!
Okay.
This ain't happening!
Oh, okay. Go get help, buddy. Wake up. Don't fall in a tree. Good luck. See you later. I don't think I finished that quest. Whatever. Oh, did Michael Bolton do the... I don't think he did, but he might have, now that I think about it. Asking if Michael Bolton did the Disney version for the Hercules. It's possible. I don't think he did, though. I don't think so. I think it was the vocal alternative, the vocalist for Hercules. He did it. But I know the version you're talking about. I know it's a different version, but yeah. Yeah, Kylie, look it up for us. Why not? The Lion King. You say the Lion King did really did that, and the sequel was actually good too. Yeah, I think the Lion King is very good musically because it has its own distinct tone to it. I'll link later on to a channel called Sideways that analyzes a lot of music, a lot of movie scores, and how they're used in the movie in really distinct and great ways. Fantastic channel, especially if you're into music theory and or its use in film. It's great. Great channel.
Hi there, mister. Hey, fellas. I have a meeting with Mrs. Braithwaite. My associates are already
Lewis.
here.
All right, that's enough. Move along now.
All right. So, anyway, so what I would say that an Aristotelian would say to my point is that what I'm describing as purely imagination is not creation, because when you impose or impart an extrinsic form. Oh, it was Michael Bolton, kind of says. Wow, look at that. I didn't realize that. But that makes perfect sense, because of course it is. It would be. Yeah, it would be. But yeah, I think that, anyway, I think that an Aristotelian would say that, look, when you impose an extrinsic form on matter, you are not creating, you are either crafting, employing technical knowledge. Right, so you're applying a pre-existing form to matter, like you're doing a sculpture, that kind of thing. Or you are, if you're inventing, you're not creating a new form, because for an Aristotelian or for a Thomist, artificial things, artifacts, things that people create, do not have their own substantial forms. Sir? Yeah, I'm talking. Sorry. Artifacts do not have their own substantial forms. What this means is that when you impose an extrinsic form on matter like this, if you're creating a revolver, you're just combining different concepts and ideas into a new configuration, which is just imagination,
is everything all right,
according to the Aristotelian. And I don't think that's correct, because I do think that it is that
this way, sir.
That
a gentleman to see you, ma'am.
That inventions are certainly more than simply the sum of their parts, even
Arthur,
conceptually speaking.
We were just playing cribbage. Arthur Morgan, Mrs. Catherine Braithwaite.
Nice to see you again.
Apparently. So this one, he is big and as dumb as he looks?
Well, he's surely big, but his intelligence is a matter of some conjecture. Some say he is as dumb as he looks, but I think, well, he's not quite that dumb.
So these are the boys going to Caliga Hall?
Yes, we could take care of that for you, but one hates to be coarse. There is the question of money.
We've got money, Mr. Matthews.
Paper, bonds, metal.
She ain't gonna pay you with a certified check, you Yankee numbskull.
Ain't childbirth just the most beautiful miracle? Seems a lady can birth monkeys, after all.
That took me a second.
Hop on. I'll fill you in on the way.
No, I'm driving.
Fine.
Why? You don't even know where we're going. Just let Sean drive, Jesus.
All right, let's get this over with.
But anyway, I think that would be something like Aristotle's response, or an Aristotelian's response.
That son of a horse.
Phaser, I think, Edward Phaser has a good response to this kind of thing. I don't think it succeeds, but I do think it's a strong response. I'll see if I can find it, put it in the description as well.
So what's she got us doing at the Gray's place?
She wants us to torture tobacco fields. Said they ain't had rain in weeks round here.
What?
Yeah, using that back there.
Moonshine?
Burns faster than kerosene, that stuff. Said it'd be fitting, she did. All I'm thinking is how about I try fitting my boot up your hook now, just snotty old bitch.
Jose really picked the right fella for tea at the manor, didn't he?
Ah, he was giving his usual flannin'. One of these families got gold stashed somewhere, he reckons. I mean, I'm all for sticking it to rich folks. I hate rich folks. But there really better be some bloody money at the end of all this.
Jose knows what he's doing.
Does he, though? The master finagler of nothing.
Easy, easy.
So far, we've destroyed the Braithwaite still. Tried to sell the shine back to them. Now we're on this fool's errand, which I'm very much looking forward to, by the way. They was saying old man Gray's double security after that business at the saloon.
We just robbed their horses, too.
That was you? Jesus.
So, we're just gonna drive on in there, is that it?
Don't worry, I got a plan. Wagons go in and out of there all the time with supplies, equipment, payroll. Especially now they're taking on all that extra muscle. We're making a delivery, that's all.
This is one of the dumbest parts of the
I
plan.
can talk a dog off a meat wagon.
All right, then.
This is one of those parts where it is reaching. This is overstretching the status quo of the conflict and wildly escalating to massive destruction, and not just petty squabble kind of stuff, normal family feud kind of things. This is a massive scale destruction of not just their livelihood, which is a big deal, but their own their property, which is very important to people like the Greys, these landed gentry kind of folks, who are very, very proud of that sort of thing. This is the bit where things are probably going awry, because again, this is extreme escalation, and when you extremely escalate a feud like this, retaliation comes back harder. And obviously, I don't think the guys here are careful enough to make sure that the retaliation goes back towards the other family and not towards the gang. So there are very obvious. This is obviously the kind of point where things are going to go horribly wrong. Let's keep going faster. Come on.
Whoa! Hold up a second. Are you not worried about them Greys, English?
Excuse me?
You not worried about them Greys?
In what sense?
Well, they knows you.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You know what? Here, I'll go hiding back. If you can act naturally and stop us from getting into a fight before we're ready.
I will try.
Yes. Try and do an impression of a human being.
I'm not going to go that far. Yeah.
Alright, so this is, we're stuck in a bit of a madhouse. Fun. See, this is the point where you can tell that things are stupid. This seems like a really dumb choice. Yeah, this is the point where, like I keep saying, they're inserting themselves into a feud that they do not need to insert themselves into, especially fighting both sides like this. Especially somebody like Arthur, who is absolutely known by the Greys. This isn't smart. Not smart at all.
What you want, boy?
There was a thing at the saloon.
What you talking about?
Well, I'm delivering the supplies.
You're not the usual driver.
You want a bottle, friend? Here. Have a wee drop.
Just gonna hand him one.
I'm new. I mean you no harm. I've come from Donegal, in Ireland.
You don't say.
Yeah. They said you'd understand. Some kind of incident at the saloon in town. I was told to bring this up here. Ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies, sort of business. Before the officials got there, they said.
Okay. Drive this way. I'll show you how to get there.
Oh, thank you, friend. Have a drink, Sean.
Okay.
Hamish.
Good to meet you, Hamish. Fine bit of country you've got here. Not as fine as Connemara, but fine nonetheless.
My people come from Scotland.
Is that right? And you and I are nearly brothers.
Just over here. Straight down the path here. It's getting so I can barely keep track of all these deliveries coming in.
Yeah, and they said they was looking for more drivers in town. I jumped at the chance. I never been a feller to kick a bit of honest work out of bed. So, you folks been having a hard time of it, have you?
Yeah, Mr. Gray's got a heap of problems right now with another family around here. Bunch of covetous lowdowns trying to sabotage his livelihood. Disgusting.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, Hamish. Sounds like you definitely deserve that drink.
You don't know the half of it. Just in there.
Right you are.
Okay. Well, here we go. Let's go set everything on fire, because that can't go wrong.
You can unload it here.
In here? Oh, the horse is like a swift one, do they?
Excuse me?
Nothing. It's grand. Quite a place you boys have got here. Reminds me of one of them big houses out in Donegal. Real fancy places they was, Hamish. Real fancy. Because if some folks got all the money, they can build quite the fanciest places.
Also, it gets worse because it's sunrise
It gets dark.
Oh, okay. Well, we're at least waiting until nightfall. Which is dumb, but not as dumb.
How you getting on?
Good. Nearly got these things ready.
Okay.
Leave it to the Irishman to be making Molotov cocktails.
There's plenty of guards out there. Here's how I feel we should deal with things. You head over to the dry barn.
Sure. And you?
I'm gonna deal with the fields themselves. We coat everything in moonshine, and then we light things up with these little fellers here. Thankfully, it ain't rained, and that old barn over there should go up like a torch.
How many of these boys you think you need?
This should do it. Let's head out the back. Look, once they get wind of us, there'll be no turning back, so move quickly.
Of course. I'm rebel stock, boy. I was born burning down manor houses.
We'll burn quietly.
Like I said, they picked the right guy.
Boy,
There's someone coming on the left.
Oh, hey. Well, I thought the wagon already arrived.
This one didn't. Strange.
So, what you got there?
Tools, payroll.
Okay. Drop it by the supply shed at the back of the fields.
Sure. See you later.
You hear that? Payroll.
Yeah. Let's get this job done first, okay?
We'll take care of this fella.
The whole running around stabbing people is probably not going to go over too well.
Come on. You douse the fields. I'll meet you at the barn.
Try to stay out of trouble. That should do it. Should be enough for here.
I absolutely sympathize, Kevin. Kevin says, this game has never made more sense than right now. Burn everything. Or did you say burn all the things? Burn all the things. Even better. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. In my natural habitat.
That's good.
Lighting everything on fire. And in my other habitat as a professor, lighting tobacco on fire. Oh, it's gonna turn around. I should wait. Nothing in here. Just a raccoon or something. That guy's gonna... that guy's looking in the wrong way. Let me break for it. Okay.
That's good for here.
Okay, oh right, yeah. So the turnip story that I didn't tell last time. Unless Mrs. McCoy wants to tell this for me and I'll read it off, you're welcome to do so if you hear it. But basically, the backstory is that we were playing Pathfinder with a friend of ours. And the module we're doing, the story, involves a town in which nothing grows but turnips, which is awful. And so, wanting to sort of get in the spirit of the game, I decided it would be a great idea to buy some turnips from the store, make roast turnips with rosemary for dinner. This was a few weeks ago when we were playing the game. And suffice to say, it was not very good, because turnips are not very good. It was okay. It turned out to be, Mrs. McCoy's view is, I think, probably about accurate, that it was just about the worst thing possible, because it was not bad. It was just definitely not good. It wasn't, like, inedible. I ate them. They were okay. They were just not good. They were bland, kind of sour, kind of bitter, otherwise pretty unremarkable. Not very good. They were bad, like I said, they were tolerable, but only tolerable. And this was my dinner. Of course, she had some real food. because I was not willing to subject both of us to such horrible torture. She also had roast potatoes and some other stuff too, so it was not just god-awful turnips. Wait, where is Sean? It's not gonna... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I ran all the way across here. Oh, wait. Yeah, premium cigarette. I get a cigarette card. 2 cigarette cards. But I almost missed. Very important. Glad I came back and risked my life for this. Anyway, so I made turnips. They turned out bad, because of course they did. Turnips are gross. No one likes turnips. No one should like turnips. They're not good things. They're bad things. So basically, because of course the turnips turned out bad. Oh wait, there's more to the story, right? So okay, before I did this, so it was Tuesday, and because Taco Tuesday is a thing. I came home from I was on the way home from the grocery store, and I called her on the way home, and I said that, hey, I have a surprise.
Takes you go, Arthur.
Absolutely.
I'll give you 4 stops. Haha, now let's go light yourselves a fat cigar. I got the right head.
Here we go. This is great. But I said on the way home, oh, I've got a surprise. And she naturally thought that I had gotten, like, burritos or something. Something good and edible. As it happens, I had not gotten anything edible. I had gotten turnips. Radishes are good. Absolutely. I like radishes. Delightful. Especially good on salads and things, that kind of thing. Even kind of good on their own.
This is a goddamn mess.
So I had this horrible surprise on the way home. Worst thing is, the next week, I came home with another surprise, and I wanted to try another recipe. I wanted to try an Asian-inspired sesame and soy sauce type of roast turnips and kind of thing. And that time, I ate one, not even a whole turnip, I ate one slice, one piece of turnip, and I nearly threw up. I couldn't handle it. It was disgusting. So I then was going to cook the rest of the turnips, and I just I fire roasted them on the grill kind of thing. And I couldn't eat them. Could not bring myself to eat them. I gave up. I lost to the turnips. The turnips defeated me. And at one point when she asked, what do you want me to do with these turnips? Can I throw these away? I'm just like, yep, please do. I can't. I admit defeat. There it is. One good shot and you're dead. Maybe I should run out of these fields instead of dying. Here we go. Let's go. That's Sean. Where's the... Oh, he just shot the guy. Okay, cool. Let's go. But no, it was a horrendous stupidity. on my part.
Oh boy, we did good, Morgan. We did good.
Great, well, let's go.
Come on, Sean. Let's do this. But no, it was a horrible mess. It was quite frankly hilarious. It was worth laughing at because I made a horrible mistake of trying to eat turnips, which I should not have done. I should never have tried to eat turnips. Oops! What have I done? What have I done?
There's more of them.
Oh, what? But yeah, no, I should never have tried it.
Come on!
I don't need to actually jump over these. They're just hedges, and I have a giant Shire draft horse.
Jesus, that turned into a right party. You call that a party? That Braithwaite had got a money's worth on it.
Real poorly.
Let's just get out of here first.
I'm gonna go sell this stupid horse. But actually, you know what? I think we're gonna start with that. So once we finish up here, I think we're probably gonna about call it a night. Because it is 12 o'clock. It is about midnight. And all of the work we've been doing, all of this horrible, idiotic stuff, is probably going to come to a head next week. And we're gonna start paying for our sins here.
Put us into the middle of here.
I hope him and Hosea are right and that there's some money at the end of it.
Well, what now?
Head on back to camp.
You coming?
Later. I got some business.
Yeah, it's probably better if I don't anyway.
English. Another job well done, I'd say.
Yeah, technically, it worked. Anyway, so, yep, good night, everybody. Good night, Kylie. Good night, Kevin. Good night, everyone else. And I'm going to, like I said, as we watch the fires go out on the horizon, let's wrap it up there. All right, like I said, I do have a video coming out tomorrow, so expect that sometime in midday. That is going to have to do with Scotus. It's going to tie in with a lot of the stuff that we were talking about in the reading group, so check it out. Look forward to that. It'll be coming out tomorrow. It also has to do with this idea of creatio ex nihilo and our image and likeness of God that has to do with that and that whole thing. Also, my favorite part of it, linking the metaphysics of Scotus to some of the implicit metaphysics of Tolkien and his creation narrative and some of his stuff on fairy stories. So look forward to that. I certainly look forward to seeing what you guys have to think of it. And I will otherwise see all of you or hear from all of you next week. Bye-bye.